All Suburban League affair. And Steve, coming into tonight's game, the Matadors ranked number 1 in CIF Southern Section Division number 9, and Mayfair ranked number 4. These are two teams that know each other very well, and it coming down to La Mirada being 3-0 in league, Mayfair being 3-0 in league. Tonight, the winner takes all, or so it would appear, with one game left after this.
Well, you know, Rich, last year in baseball season, it was the same situation. It was tied for first place. The Mayfair Monsoons came in here, took the league championship away from them. On the baseball field, we'll see if it happens this year on the football field. It's going to be a good one.
Again, La Mirada coming in undefeated, 8-0, 3-0 in league. As we mentioned, Mayfair coming in 6-2, and they are also 3-0 in league. Remember, Mayfair faced St. John Bosco in that first game, did quite well, dominated the ball game, lost in the fourth quarter late. And Los Amigos was the only other trip up along the way, and their prime last week, they got all over John Glenn, 63-7. Poor John Glenn. Tonight, the streak, as they talk about it, as they kick off, looks like number 11 with that's Andrew Phillips, returning it. About the 5, he's brought down at the 19.
Well, that was a heck of a stop, Rich. Andy Phillips has been all over the place, special teams, doing a heck of a job for the Monsoons. I tell you what, La Mirada came out right there a little fired up and put a stop to him.
So as we mentioned, Mayfair coming in tonight with high hopes of possibly derailing La Mirada. Now, a 29-game winning streak. This will be number 30 tonight if the Matadors can get it. That's quite a record. They won 7 straight Suburban League titles, or will win their 7th straight if they win this season. The JVs, Steve, I understand, just won 40-0.
It's incredible. You want to talk about a dynasty and starting and pulling from the farm system. They're doing a heck of a job.
Now we'll see what happens. Aaron Gomez, I understand, has a bad wheel. We'll see how Harrison and company work against him, if they'll even go at him. On first down, Harrison, the quarterback, little high snap, decides he's going to throw up the middle, has it complete, and the pass goes to number 4, and I believe that's going to be Hunter. Darius Hodges?
No, Darius Hodges is a scratch for tonight. That's Joe Hunter.
Oh, Joe Hunter wearing 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Darius Hodges has got a scratch for tonight, and I was talking to the offensive coordinator, Pete Montera. Montera says, don't be surprised if the Monsoons come out with 5 wide in the shotgun. We saw it on the first play of the game right there.
Joe Hunter normally wears number 1, so glad you're up here tonight, Steve. Because Joe Hunter will get a lot of action, as we know. First down after about a 12-yard gain. And here come the Monsoons. Harrison gives to Williams. Williams looking for some room, gets 5 yards. Woods making the stop on Williams.
You know, a lot of people say, Rich, that the Monsoons have a very underrated offensive line, and going up against the big guys from La Mirada, they got the work cut out for them. And right there is a gain of 5. Let's see if they can keep that up all night.
Well, Williams averaging 8 yards per carry. And granted, the competition you played this far hasn't really been equal to, I would say, La Mirada. Maybe a couple of games with Bosco and stuff, but that's pretty good. Getting 5 a crack, but it's early. Here we go, second down 5. Harrison back in the shotgun formation. Stacked up heavy to the far side, which is the strong side. Here comes the Matadors. The pass looks a little far, and it is. The pass was intended there, it looks like, for number 18, Craig Garcia. Back defending for La Mirada, number 5, Von Jarrett. And it'll bring up third down.
Well, that's one of the matchups they wanted to work on. Mayfair wanted to come out and try and run their guys wide, get their speed to the outside, and see if they can throw the ball up and have them run under it. Garcia is a little guy. Stands about 5'8", but he's a fast one, and he's hard to catch once that ball's thrown.
It's third down and 5 right now, and the ball is spotted at the 36-yard line of Mayfair. So this is their first third down situation. Again on the shotgun, only 5 down linemen for Mayfair. And here come the Matadors. They blitz. Pass is incomplete, and looks like it was intended again for number 11, Andrew Phillips. It'll bring a 4th down for Mayfair. Andrew Kersner is down on the sideline. He has a report for us.
Well, a key matchup coming into this game is the health of defensive back Aaron Gomez, also a wide receiver for La Mirada. Mike Harrison, one of the best quarterbacks around the area, could have a field day against Gomez if he's not 100%. Back up to you guys.
That's no lie. As we see the kick away, and it looks like it's going to go to number 4, and that is the Aaron Gomez that Andrew Kersner was just talking about. And Gomez with a very short return, very uncharacteristic of Aaron Gomez. He's returned punts and kickoffs all year long for big yardage.
Well, at number 14, Nick Appledorn got down there in a hurry, just got a hand at him, almost fumbled the ball, held him up long enough for the rest of the Monsoon kickoff team to get down, or punt team to get down there and make a stop on him. That's one of those things that they have to concentrate on, is not to give up the big play on offense or defense or special teams.
Okay, La Mirada's first possession coming with 10:22 left in the first quarter of play. And on first down, the give goes to Lemon. And Lemon, I don't think got back to the line of scrimmage. Might be a yard loss or so. We'll see.
Well, number 40, you got Alan Kinnett getting off the ball. He's been doing that all year long. And number 35, Terrence Young. They're little guys, but they are so quick and so scrapped. They get in the middle there and they cause havoc. And right there just shows. Stuffed them on first down. They got to keep doing that.
La Mirada offensively up front, though, they're very big. And I think throughout the evening, if those they don't get some fresh legs, and it's so early to tell, but they may get worn down. We will see. Matadors like to hammer people in their opening possessions with run. And we see Lemon again on second down and 10, getting a few yards. Again, they stop it tied up the middle. And I think Mike Fitch and Ed Lishock and those guys over at Mayfair really had worked this week on stopping the run of La Mirada, because that really sets up the pass for Cox.
Well, I was talking to Ed Lishock today. He said he really wants to keep number 4 and number 5, Gomez and Jarrett, out of the play. They run a lot of blast, power, and sweep. They're really going to concentrate on having them bring it inside, not giving up the big play, and just hopefully keep them in to where they're not going to show their speed on the outside.
Well, it's obviously a passing situation. You got Von Jarrett, Aaron Gomez, that is stuck to the far side along with Ratzliff. Cox looking, pass is almost picked off. Wow. Andrew Phillips stepped right in front of Von Jarrett and almost caught that ball. And had he caught it, he wouldn't have probably not have gotten 6, because Von Jarrett's one of the fastest guys on the team. But Mayfair would have had the ball in very, very good field position.
One positive note on that, Andrew Phillips is filling in for Darius Hodges.
That's right.
Who is out at the corner position. So Andrew coming up big, maybe giving the coaches a little bit of sigh of relief right there, thinking, okay, we can get comfortable now. We got Andrew here working. We're going to be okay.
La Mirada gets 4 yards on 3 plays. They'll punt. Nice high kick. And no fair catch given. The ball's going to roll away, and it's going to go down. And I wondered whether or not the player interfered with them, because you're not supposed to get within 3 yards of them so they can catch the ball if they decide to.
I got a little excited on you there, Rich. Almost jumped in your lap, but you know what? They keep pinning the Monsoons back every time inside the 20-yard line. It could be a long night for Mayfair, and they're going to get kind of awfully tired.
Had that been a fair catch, that definitely would have been a flag thrown, but it wasn't. First and 10 for Mayfair. As you mentioned, Steve, they're pinned back at the 15-yard line. Their own 15. A little ways to go, I would assume. 8:46 left first quarter. This is Mayfair's second possession of the ball game. Harrison dropping back, has some time, throws, has a man. It's incomplete. Phillips was open, and it was thrown to the other side. And it'll bring up second down and 10 now for the Monsoons.
Well, defensively, La Mirada's doing pretty much what's expected of them. They're bringing the linebackers. They're coming hard at them. Looks like Mayfair's doing a good job picking that up. The blitz coming up the middle. The running backs are stepping up, making the block, giving Harrison room to throw, keeping his vision clear. But wonder how long that can keep up. Now they're showing a one-back set.
And the one back is Williams. Phillips in motion. Now he turns it up. The give goes to Williams. Williams trying to get to the outside. He does. Williams slips a tackle. One more, and he gets a first down for the Monsoons. Not a bad bit of running. Boardman making the stop on the play.
Well, they had the La Mirada defense overloaded on La Mirada's right side. Nice little counter right there to Michael Williams. He got to the outside. His offensive lineman just missing a block. Could have taken him possibly for 6 right there. But hey, they're going to try and establish something right here. See what they come back with.
On first and 10. The ball at about the 28-yard line of Mayfair. Harrison now with a 3 wide receiver stacked up to the near side. They give to Williams. Williams just a bull. Look at Williams go. The junior gets out to the 40-yard line, and another first down for Mayfair.
Offensive coordinator Pete Montera says, that if they keep blitzing the linebackers and keep blitzing them, something's going to open up. Someone's going to catch a block, and big play is going to happen. Right there, it almost happened, Rich. They keep sending those linebackers. They're going to run right by them, and then automatically they're going to have to hold them back and hopefully open up the passing lanes for them.
The nose of the football is about 6 inches shy of the 40, so it's 1st and 10 at 39.5 there. 7:46 to go first quarter. Harrison again in the shotgun, has a man in motion, stops before the ball gets there, and Harrison under heavy rush. Boardman brings him down. Michael Boardman getting a little bit of help there from his teammate, number 9, Nelson Gutierrez. And that's one of the looks that changes for La Mirada. They will send people. They will continually send people.
You know, Rich, that was a great blitz. A lot of times, kids, they go in on blitz, and they're going with their head down, and they're running after the quarterback. He went right to where he thought the quarterback was going to be and made the hit. When the quarterback steps up, the blitzing defensive player has to be right there, and that's exactly what he did. That was a great play.
And for the first time all night, we hear the band here, Steve. 2nd down, 20. Harrison steps up, throws, has it complete. And it's going to be good for about 8 yards. Looks like that was number 4, Joe Hunter, on the receiving end of that one. There's the blitz we saw. That's the previous play with Boardman coming up top and Gutierrez getting him low. We've seen that combination before out here.
Yeah, Boardman came right at it. He blitzed at his front shoulder, so if Mike had to step up, he was right in his arms, and if he takes a step back, well, that's another 3 yards loss.
3rd down on the 3-yard loss. We'll see what they do here. In the shotgun, here come the Matadors. The pass is thrown. Not making the adjustment in time was number 18, Craig Garcia. He was looking one way. The ball was thrown to the opposite side. Incomplete. Will bring up 4th and 13, Steve.
Well, you know, Rich, Mike Harrison has only been sacked something like 8 times this year. Now, that's 2 plays in a row. He's been hurried. He's been on his heels. He ended up on his back one play. Right there, you can tell he was a little bit gun-shy. He didn't know what to do going backwards like that. He just kind of threw that ball up out of bounds to save a sack.
High snap, and the ball might have been tapped. I don't know. When a snap like that goes, and that's a dangerous punt because that could hit anybody in the back of the numbers. And who are they going to say it belongs to? They haven't made it. They're going to confer.
It looked like that bounced up and hit a La Mirada player downfield who had his back turned to it.
Well, let's see if Tony's got a replay for us, as there's a timeout being called on the field with 6:02 here to go. Oh, Tony, you're killing us with that audio. Let's go and see if we can see that play one more time. Yeah, Steve, whenever you get a punt like that, you know, it's pretty much the blitz is coming, it goes end over end. That's just a wild ball. Apparently, it didn't hit anybody because La Mirada's got the football. The ball's at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Lemon in the backfield, Von Jarrett to the near side of the field, Gomez to the far side, the flankers Ratcliffe. Here comes Lemon with it. Lemon still on his feet, breaking a few tackles, crossing midfield, gets down to the 47-yard line. Very close to a 1st down, but about a yard shy.
Boy, is he hard to bring down. He just keeps his feet moving, keeps his knees up, ducks his shoulder when he has to, delivers a couple blows. Right there, he got an extra 4 yards on pure courage and strength right there. That was a nice run.
Remember, the winner of tonight's game pretty much takes all in the Suburban League. I hate to say that, but Steve, we'll get into it.
Yes, Mayfair has Artesia next week.
That's right. Hold on one second. Andrew Kirshner's got a report for us. Andrew.
As you see on that last defensive series, this La Mirada defense throws many different looks at quarterback Mike Harrison, trying to confuse him. Led by linebacker Mike Boardman, they have 29 sacks on the season, including that one on that last drive.
There's Aaron Gomez, and he goes down. You got to wonder about his ankle. Got to wonder about that wheel. How much is it affecting his play tonight? He got to sit out a lot last week. But, you know, when it comes to a game like this, Steve, if you're an athlete, man, you're going to play.
Well, when you're on the field, you're not feeling a whole lot of pain. When you go home later that night, that's when you start. That's when you start curling up in the fetal position. But right now, I really don't think that ankle's hurting him too bad.
Next week, La Mirada will face Norwalk, and I got to tell you right now, it looks like a assured victory for the Matadors. And of course, Mayfair going to Artesia. I see the same thing happening next week. So, again, tonight would seem like this is it. Who wins is going to take it all.
Winner takes all.
Pretty much. Cox looking, throws, incomplete, right in the hands of Aaron Gomez and right out. And it's going to be incomplete, bring a fourth down now for the Matadors. They'll have to kick it away.
You know, Rich, it's interesting this time of year that Mayfair and La Mirada again are battling for a league championship. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the same thing happened in baseball. These two teams seem to be, or these two schools seem to be teeter-tottering back and forth, with La Mirada always coming out ahead.
And I heard replay calls, and then I got that. I know, Steve. Sorry about that. I didn't interrupt you. Here we go with the punt. Nice high kick. Matadors right on it. Ball is fumbled away, and who has it? La Mirada comes away with it. Who else? Michael Boardman. Or check that. That's Mark Sanchez.
Now, Boardman pushed one of the Monsoons into Michael Williams, which caused him not to get a full grip on the ball. Came down, hit his knee instead. And that's, I think the officials are talking it over, but I don't think anything's going to happen because Boardman, all he did was push one of the Monsoon blockers into Michael Williams, which caused the fumble.
Right.
Check it on the screen.
Oh, there it is. You called it. Boardman, number 8. We've been calling him Mark Sanchez a couple of times, Boardman, but actually you're right. Boardman did push. Matadors with it. We see Lemon just towing it through there, and Lemon down inside the 10, first down. Nice big run for Tim Lemon. He hasn't gotten loose so far in this contest.
You know what makes La Mirada so good is when they get a turnover, they smell blood and they go after it. That was one thing the Monsoons didn't want to happen, was give them turnovers, especially in their own territory. Then the Matadors will come out and they will go for the throat, and that's exactly what they're doing right there.
First and goal now for the Matadors at the 9-yard line. Big George Woods, number 90, in at fullback.
That looks like a tree.
Yeah, he does. So big, so strong. And wherever he goes, that's where the runner's going to go. Now they're going to call it back, though. Lemon is going to get into the end zone for a TD, but they're throwing flags left and right.
Yeah, Ron Barrows out there at left tackle. Yeah, he made a nice tackle out there, but unfortunately he's on the offensive side of the ball.
Yep, going to go against the Matadors, so the touchdown will be called back with 3:42 left here in the first quarter. No score.
Boy, it's amazing how La Mirada can just get a little break like that. There you go, you see him right there, 76. Taking down Marcus Riley.
He's a big guy too. Burrows, one of the bookends on this team. Look at Burrows. Ron Burrows is listed at 6'4", 270, probably a little bit bigger than that weight-wise. And of course, you know, you're going to go to Robinson, 6'5", pushing 3 or over 3. Huge kid. La Mirada again, just reloading those linemen out here.
Look at these guys. I don't think they've seen a belt in a long time.
First and goal at the 19 now. How about that? When have you ever seen that? And what goes on here now? We have a snap. And let's see what they call here. Nobody moved but the center and the nose guy. Illegal procedure against La Mirada. So now it's going to be first and goal at the 25.
Well, if you continue to watch Alan Kennett, number 40, he is so fast off the ball. He's going to cause centers to do that. I didn't see much moving except for a bunch of white jerseys. There's Terrence Young on the bottom of the pile. Him and Kennett, they get off the ball, and they have centers thinking about them before they come out of the huddle.
The give to Lemon, they're going to sweep. Lemon cuts it inside. Tried to go straight ahead. He gets 5 yards or thereabouts. It'll be second and goal now from the 20.
Well, I think for Mayfair right now, if they stop this, if they can only give up 3, preferably 0, it's going to be a well, no one likes to say this, but a moral victory for them, just to hold them to 3, and possibly put some life back into their game after that fumble.
Well, let's put it this way. All their possessions so far have been deep in their own territory, so this would be no different if they were to turn them away. However, La Mirada always has a kicking game.
Exactly.
Always has a kicking game. These soccer kids, man, they just come out here and whip it. Here we go in the I formation. You got Lemon Woods. The give goes, a little play action to Lemon. Cox is going to throw, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Von Jarrett. A lot of pressure being applied there that time by number 40, Ellen Kennett, you guy you were just talking about, and he made that quick pass happen.
Yeah, you'll see him and you'll hear his name a lot, but the thing that caught my eye is number 11, Andrew Phillips, had a little bit of respect there for Von Jarrett, had his back turned to him, and as Jarrett was going out, Andy took off running. Jarrett went ahead and put the brakes on, and right there, if that ball was thrown well, that was 6 points.
Yeah, good deal. Mark O'Neill coming up here. La Mirada JVs now 9-0, got their 41st. Oh, I thought it was 41st. Funny how things grow from down there to up here.
Yeah, something happened.
Another league might be 45 before we leave the booth tonight.
Before the fourth quarter.
Here we go on 3rd and goal. Let's check this out. We'll announce this in a second. There's the throw to Cox, incomplete. There was a little bump, but it's not going to go for much. Just a little tiny bump, and I don't think the ball would have been catchable anyway. 4th down for the Matadors. But real quick, yesterday they defeated Mayfair JV 32-6 to clinch their 8th straight. Suburban League title quarterback Eric Meyer surpassed all other previous JV quarterbacks in passing yards on a season, including former leader Travis Blood with 234 yards versus Mayfair, giving him over 1,300 passing yards with 1 game left. Look at this, a tribute to the line and outstanding receivers. The Matadors JV defense with 6 shutouts had given up only 18 points in this season. Wow.
It's the only school I know that keeps lower division stats like that.
Yep, they're reloading. And the kick is up, and it is no good. Wow. Mayfair dodging a bullet here in the first quarter with 2:39 to go. It's zip, zip. Wow. So, yeah, they're proud of this. They're proud of it because these are tomorrow's heroes. These guys will be out here next year on the JVs, Eric Meyer and all these other kids.
Oh,
and,
definitely. I'm all for it. You know, you got to give Strokes where it's due.
Yep.
You know, this community, this city, the sports program, just outstanding. They start them young, they breed them, they bring them in. Of course, this is the only high school within about a, 20-mile radius.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They had 2 at one time. Neff was closed, I believe, in 1980, 1981, and then La Mirada, of course, was already here as like a middle school, and made a big high school out of it. And here we are. City gave them the stadium. This is a nice stadium, by the way. Here we go on 1st down. We got Williams with it. Ball squirts out, and who's going to get to it first? It's a Monsoon, and it was a big tackle that got there. Wow. Who is that guy?
Well, Terrence Young was the ball carrier on that. He hit the pile. He hit some of them brick walls out there, and that was Ricky Bills.
Number 65, you're right. He goes 5'10", about 280. My God, did you see him move to that ball? All the DBs were standing there. They were shocked to see the ball there with nobody around it, and they went by and picked it up. Let's see that one again. That was a good play.
There you go. You'll see Terrence Young.
Let it roll, Tone.
Terrence Young takes the ball. He gets hit. The ball squirts out.
Wow.
And Ricky Bills thinks it's a burrito down there, and he goes and jumps on it.
That's a good one. I thought it was a steak, man, the way he jumped on that sucker. Here's the give, again, a short gain. Maybe 3 yards or 2 yards for the Monsoons.
Give the ball to Bills. He had the biggest gain of the night.
That was Williams on the carry, number 3.
Yeah, Rich, what we were just talking about. You know, Mayfair has about 10 schools in a 5-mile radius around them. La Mirada, this is the only school since the closing of Neff, and they are just in the fortunate situation of just grabbing kids left and right, and they're doing the right things with them as far as their talents on the field.
But truthful, though, there's still only about 1,600 kids in the high school, so from a population standpoint, they're right in there with the division. Pass is incomplete. But yeah, the competition level by having 2 schools like Lakewood and Mayfair High so close together is, you know, you end up stealing kids back and forth. There's no competition out here with La Mirada. They just reload.
Yeah,
and you're right. The lower divisions, they start young in the Junior All-American. And I'll give you a prime example. Last year's team with Robert Herndon and all those guys, they played Junior All-American since they were 8. And they graduated, 8 of them graduated together last year on that championship team.
Right, growing up in the Cerritos area, playing football and baseball and making it to the championship games and all those different sports, the one teams we always came across was La Mirada every year.
Yep. It's a great job the city council does in this city. Here we go, Williams. Little gadget play, looks like he was going to throw, decides against it, and here come the Matadors. Smelling blood, he gets about 1 yard or 2.
That's too bad. They show that early and nothing happens. La Mirada did a good job of covering it, didn't bite on it. I think that's one play that Monteri and the other coach, Woody Grayson, have to put away for the night. That's something that they want to try and use early, get something on the board for them, but it didn't happen.
And earlier we heard the gun sound, but I don't know what that was, Steve.
Well, it wasn't a starter's gun.
It's a fake. It's a fake. Here we go. And Mike Boardman looks like he saved the fake there.
Well,
Making the tackle. That was number 32, by the way, Jesse Cox.
You know, Mayfair, like you said, has been in this side of the field all night long. Why not? Why not? They made a huge stop right there. Held them to no points.
Well, it was a good call, I will say now, but simply because they almost got it. But they didn't get it. Now they're giving La Mirada the ball back at the Mayfair 40. I don't know if I want to do that this early in the game.
Well, they've been holding their own on defense, but you know, that's just like a turnover. So we'll see what the Matadors can do with this one, as they always do. They'll shove it down your throat.
That's a good way to put it, just like a turnover. Jared and Gomez to the far side lined up. Fayula in there now, a tight end to the near side of the field. The give goes to Lemon up the middle, and Lemon pushing people out of the way, gets 5 yards on the carry out to the 35-yard line. Second down 10 now for the or second down and 5, for the Matadors.
They're keeping it in tight, like you said. They're going to wear them down on the offensive line. Offensive line is going to wear the defense down. They're not doing anything out of the ordinary right here. They're just playing straight ahead, smash mouth football.
And that's going to do it here for the first quarter of play here at La Mirada High School. To score, it's a scoreless tie after 1. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the game of the week. Media One Sports. Rich Estrella, Steve Rousa, and of course Andrew Kirshner down on the field, bringing you all the action here from La Mirada High School. This is an all-Suburban League affair. Winner take all in the Suburban League tonight. Really enjoy doing these games where everything's on the line, like it is today for these two teams. La Mirada with good field position, second down and 5 at the Mayfair 35. The give. Looks like did I go to Big George? I always want to see him carry the ball. Nope, went to number 28, Chris Rudiger, I believe.
Yeah, he just kind of tipped through the line right there. Didn't get much. You know, this game is we could play on a 40-yard field right here, because that's about all they're moving.
Well, it's third down and 2. He got 3 yards on the carry. 11:32 to go here in the first half of play. There's no score. Not to say that La Mirada hasn't had their opportunities to put points on the board. And you keep giving them opportunities, they're going to put it in. You watch. Again in the I formation, Rudiger at the fullback position, Lemon at the tailback. The give goes to Lemon. And Lemon stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now we have a flag coming through there at the line of scrimmage. And that might indicate a little face mask. Let's see. Holding La Mirada at the line of scrimmage. Boy, somebody must have had a bear hug on somebody, Steve. That looked like a big rugby scrum to me. Andrew Kirshner has a report. We'll be back.
Well, definitely a defensive battle that many expected coming into this game. La Mirada only 37 rushing yards in that first quarter, 0 passing, while Mayfair, 1 of 7, Mike Harrison was passing the ball for only 7 yards, and their rushing total was just under 40 yards also. Back to you guys.
Well, pretty interesting telltale signs stat-wise. Usually these teams can really roll up the score.
Well, you know, Rich, both these teams are big play teams. You can expect to see one of those at some point of this game. I think that's what's going to take to win this game.
It just might. Or a timely turnover. Matadors looking at third down 13 now, or third and 12. They're back at the 42-yard line of Mayfair. Cox drops. Little rush, Lemon picks him up, passes complete to Jarrett, and Jarrett's ridden down by Williams, and a flag, and that might be a face mask on Williams to boot, which will push it even closer. And as you mentioned, Steve, the big play.
There it is. You know, that whole play started when Mike Lemon picked up a blitzing end. He gave the quarterback a lot of time to sit there and throw the ball, and Cox got rid of it. but he almost went down right there. That's where it all started, and a lot of times that's where all the plays start. You see a guy catch a ball 40 yards downfield, but you can't forget the little things like that little block right there he made to give him enough time and enough room to make that pass.
That's all it was, him stepping in front. Cox threw that pass unabated. And now it's first and goal? It looks like the chain's been put to rest, so it's first and goal at the 10, I would assume.
Just inside the 10.
Lemon, the tailback, George Woods the fullback. The give is going to go to Lemon. Lemon has a hole. Lemon's going to go. Lemon should get in, and it is a touchdown. La Mirada, Timmy Lemon, 10-yard run.
Hey, he made the block that set up that play right there, and then he makes the play that puts it in. That's a heck of a series for him right there. And again, the big play, a factor in the game. La Mirada up 6-0. The PAT coming up. Lemon did a heck of a job on those two plays right there. He set up that score, and he made the score.
Now the extra point. Putting it up will be Joseph Orr. The kick splits the uprights. It's good. 7-0 La Mirada. We're taking a break with 10:10 left in the first half, and there's the score. We'll be back.
You don't need algebra, geometry, and calculus to get this job. Now, if that doesn't convince you to take math courses, I don't know what will. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Media One Sports Game of the Week. Rich Estrella, Steve Rouse, and of course, Andrew Kirshner down on the sideline. We're going to have a report from Andrew.
You have someone like Big George Woods up in front of you blocking for you. Rich from one big guy to another.
Now we'll have the kickoff. And they'll get it from about the 4-yard line. It's Michael Williams, and Williams gets out across the 20 down to the 25-yard line. First and 10 for Mayfair.
Well, it was a matter of time, Rich, before La Mirada actually did something big like that and took it in for a score. You can't give these guys too many opportunities to score, and that's what Mayfair's been doing. But now, it's a matter of time for Mayfair, and Michael Williams looked pretty mad on that return. He punished someone down there in the pile. See if they can put something together right here, get some momentum back their way, because it's all on La Mirada's sideline right now.
Well, it all depends how you respond to getting a touchdown scored on you after playing such great defense in the first quarter. Are you going to crawl up in a shell and just pack it in now, or are you going to get mad and play? In motion goes Phillips. Harrison gives to Williams, and Williams brought down right away. Not much going on that one. Andrew Kirshner once again down below.
Done all year, his 19th rushing touchdown of the season. He has over 1,200 yards. I guess it's not too hard doing that when you have Big George Woods blocking ahead of you, 6'3", 270 pounds. From one big guy, Rich, to another. Back to you.
No kidding, man. I remember blocking for O.J. Simpson. There we go. Second down. It's second and 12 for the Monsoons. Williams again in the backfield. Andrew Phillips to the near side. He's flanked there by number 4, Joe Hunter. Harrison with a little bit of time. He gets rocked. And the pass goes incomplete. He's rocked as he throws. Making the tackle, or we'll call it a sack, or at least interrupting the pass, was Josh Rangel.
Yeah, that was a nice knockdown, but you've seen Harrison play before. Harrison's not a little guy. He's 6 foot. It lists him at 200. I think he's a little heavier than that. They bill him as the best quarterback Mayfair has ever seen, and right now they have got him off his game. What he needs to do right now, he needs to step it up a little bit, play like he can play, because the guy is good. And we'll see if he can get out of it, get his guys alive, drive something together right here and do something.
Third down, still 12 to go for Mayfair. Pass is complete, goes to number 18, Garcia. Garcia's just hammered, man. And the Monsoons will have to punt.
They're trying to put the ball in a fast guy's hand right there. Garcia's a little guy, but he's quicker than heck. But that play's not going to work if they keep blocking like they're doing, or having a lack of blocking like that. You had 3 offensive linemen sitting around watching.
I don't think there'll be a fake this time.
So right here you see the 1, 2, 3 missed blocks, and you see about, I don't know, 15 Lamarada jerseys over there.
Look like a Lions feasting, and maybe you guys should have tried to fake this punt for the Monsoons, because the punt goes off the side of the foot, it is shanked, and it's going to go out about the 39-yard line. So might have been better off going for that one.
You know what happens a lot of times in games like this with these two teams, and a team like Lamarada, who's been so dominant throughout the years, is one team, like right now Mayfair, okay, we can play with them, but then when things start going bad, a lot of teams will just duck their heads and just kind of say, okay, well, at least we played with them for a while. Right now, the Monsoons cannot let that happen. They've got to step up and battle right here. Otherwise, Lamarada, as good as they are, they're just going to go ahead and dominate the rest of the game.
We'll see. There's still a long way to go. 1st and 10 for Lamarada at the Mayfair 39. They give to Lemon. Lemon in the open field, and Lemon's finally going to be brought down. We have another late flag coming in after the play. Looked like Lemon got the first down, but we'll await and see what the call is on the penalty.
He didn't look too hurt there. He did a little bobbing and weaving and cutting in and out. What do we got here, Rich?
Looks like it's going to go against Lamarada. Holding against the Matadors. And Tom Robinson really not happy. Thomas Robinson just threw his hands in the air in disgust right now. You know, I know these big linemen love playing and all that, but, you know, once in a while, they've been on the field a long time in this game so far, and it maybe need a little blow here. A little breather.
Yeah, that's a big penalty right there.
Sure is.
You know, Mayfair, they gave up a big run like that, and now they can just take a breath and say, okay, now we got to stop them on this one. We got that one back.
1st and 5 at the 34-yard line. 8:24 left here in the first quarter. Excuse me, the first half of play. It's 7-0 Lamarada. Again, they have the football. Cox at quarterback, got Lemon lined up in the backfield. Von Jarrett lined up at the near side. At wide out is Aaron Gomez at the far side. Lemon with the ball. Lemon breaks the tackle, and by breaking that tackle, Lemon gets an extra 5 yards on the carry, 1st down.
Well, Terrence Young, number 35, he's 5'11", 200. I mean, guy's like a fire plug down there. He had a hold of him, but Lemon is so big and so strong. At 6'1", with the legs like he has, he was able to just get out of the grasp of Terrence Young. As you can see right here, he hits the line. Young grabs a hold of him right there, and it takes a ride. I wonder if he charged him a taxi cab fare for that one, because he took him about 5 yards.
Little piggyback. Well, that's part of the drills in spring ball when you got to carry your partner, you know, on your back for about 50-yard ride.
There you go.
There's Lemon again. Get those big legs. He high steps when he runs. Gets down close to another 1st down. He might have gotten it. We'll see. It's that close.
Well, you know, right there you had number 76, Ron Barrows, making a heck of a block on number 40, Alan Kinnett, which gave Lemon just a little bit of daylight and threw Kinnett to his heels so Lemon could get by, and like you said, high step his way into the secondary.
There you go, replay, Steve.
Okay, here you go. You watch 76. Take number 40, Alan Kinnett right there. Kinnett goes down. Lemon gets another 5-10 yards after the initial hit.
And it's 1st down for the Matadors once again. And Lemon again. Lemon going to break to the outside. Lemon's going to score. Touchdown, Lamarada.
Wow. He just kind of disappeared in the back there and wiggled his way out to the outside, and he was gone.
Tim Lemon scoring again. This time it was from 15 yards out.
You know, I got an interesting story about Lemon.
Sure.
Coach Fitch was telling me earlier today that he says, oh yeah, I taught Lemon and his brothers how to fish. I said, what are you talking about? He said, oh, I saw him at Irvine Lake one day, and they were using a 20-pound test line that had 100 lures on it, and I asked him, well, what are you doing, going after great whites? And so he sat down with all 3 boys. Lemon's got 2 brothers, and he said he taught him how to fish. He gave him his test line, and Fitch went ahead and rigged it up for him and threw it out there. He said he remembered those guys from about 10 years ago from the lake.
And here they are now.
Yeah.
There's a lake just across the street here from the stadium. As you see Coach Brooks there exhorting his troops, firing up the defense. The Matadors taking a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter. All points, of course, coming in here in the second quarter, Steve.
Yeah, like I said, you know, if Mayfair, if they go ahead and put their helmets and pads away right now and decide not to play the rest of the game, it could be a long night. But like you said, it's a lot of time. It's early in the game. They have got to step it up right here, and they've got to start showing how they know how to play.
I guess we're going to see a replay of the touchdown run, and there it is. You see Lemon. He's got a hole.
Just kind of disappears.
Turns to the right, and it's gone. Nobody. Touchdown. 14-0, 7:19 to go here in the second quarter. High kick out of the end zone. Touchback. No return.
I think that ball ended up at Mayfair. That was a boot.
That's nothing. You should have seen the guy in here last year.
I
I
saw
think he
him.
only had one kick, not go out of the end zone, and it landed halfway in the end zone. So they got something going there with these kickers. They don't like returns. I don't blame them. One big play will break your back. Better just to have it 1st and 10 deep in your own end. So 1st and 10 at the 20 for Mayfair. They're down 14-0, 7:19 to play, and I don't want to say it's a little early to start throwing the ball, but I think we're going to see them start airing this thing out.
Well, there you go. You called it. They're 5 wide.
Yeah, you have to. It's time. Monty's going to go with 5 down linemen. That's it. And here comes Sanchez. He misses his tackle. Pass is thrown, and one of the cheerleaders, one of the deals almost got it.
You seen her recently? I remember her name.
I'll try to see which one that was.
Was she down there Wednesday night with you?
Looks like, no, that wasn't a deal. But anyways.
That's an interesting story you got to share a little bit later.
I think we got footage, man, from the show Wednesday night. The Deals and the Monsignor cheerleaders went at in a trivia challenge live on TV, and it was fun, man. It was outrageous.
Anytime you get 5 girls together in a setting like that.
Actually, it was 10.
Yeah, 5 on each side.
I understand there's a rematch in the works, so we'll see. And there's Sanchez, had a beat on Harrison. Somebody nipped him at the last second. I thought for sure Harrison was a dead man.
And that was Jesse Benner. He came out. He put, like you said, he just kind of nicked him, gave Harrison enough time, but they've got Harrison off his game right now. He's got to gather himself. He's got to put a drive together right here and show his offense, the leader that he is, and show everybody that's going to watch this game what a great quarterback he is.
Talking about the Lemons, there's Tim Lemon right there. He's here enjoying the ball game. Signed a pretty big, fat contract, baseball contract, after graduating last year. He's set. And there's his brother. There's number 2, Mike Lemon.
Yeah, he'll be able to buy a couple spirit packs for his brother.
I bet. Buy a couple of houses, a couple cars too. There we go. Harrison dropping, looking, timing pattern all the way, and the pass is caught. And are they going to let it stand? No, they're saying no catch. Wow, the coaches that are arguing, and you know what? That ref was out of position completely. Let's play that again, Tony.
You know, he was so far back. You're right, Rich. How in the heck did he see that?
I don't know how in the heck he made that call. That guy, number 1, let's see the replay as Tony keeps hollering. Here it comes. How can the officials see that? That's what I want to know.
He's not even in the picture.
He's nowhere near the play. It looks like a good catch to me.
And again, Harrison trying to put something together, throwing a ball that he normally throws. That was right on the money.
Yeah, there was no, the other side judge was totally blocked out, so the guy from the other back judge had to make the call, but it was a bad one, I think.
Wow.
Punt's gonna roll dead at the 48, 1st and 10 now for the Matadors, so they get another break on that one. Andrew Kirshner has a report. Let's go down to the field. Andrew.
Well, this Matador defense giving Mike Harrison all sorts of problems, causing him to rush many of his throws. Almost over 1,600 yards in the season with 19 touchdowns. He's only 3 of 12 for 20 yards. Guys?
That's a good defense will do to you. Remember, the Matadors haven't allowed a whole lot of points this year. You look down their schedule, you know, West Torrance, they allowed 6, Winter Park 6, they shut out El Rancho, they shut out Glen. Pacifica was the only team that put any points on the board. So it's really not a surprise. Lemon back to the line of scrimmage. Nice defense there by Mayfair. Most notably there, John Mossman. First one wrapping up Lemon as he ran in the backfield.
Yeah, back to what you were saying, Rich. You know, they had 1, 2, 3, 4 preseason games against teams that weren't ranked, that weren't Division I powerhouses or anything. and finally met up with a good team, Pacifica. Pacifica put up 21 points. In those other 3 games, there's a total combined score of 18 points. But then you got La Mirada putting up 45 against Pacifica, so that kind of balanced it out.
Oh, yeah, let them have it. Matadors come out. Von Jarrett to the far side. Gomez to the near side of the field. They got a flanker in there. Lemon in the backfield. Cox, little play action to Lemon. A little quick fire pass over the top to Fayula. Fayula, the tight end. And hadn't been able to keep his hands on that. This dude's pretty tough. He's hard to bring down. He's like not a little tank. He's a big tank.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, he's a good ball player.
I mean, he blocks the sun.
Yeah. He's outstanding. I remember the first time I seen him was the Santa Fe freshman game when they were playing Santa Fe here on this field, and one of the running backs came to the hole as we see the incomplete pass, and Fayula picked him up. The kid ran right into him. Fayula picked him up and set him down gently.
Well, you got a guy like that catching the ball who's 6'2", 290.
Yeah,
and
with hands and feet.
Yeah, you got a little guy like Joe Hunter who's about a $105 soaking wet. That's going to get ugly.
Yeah, definitely. He'll be riding him. He'll hit him and bounce off a few times and finally realize he's got to ride him until the team gets there. Cox running. There's somebody chasing him down. Passes. Is it caught? They haven't. Yeah, they're saying it's a catch.
Got it.
Aaron Gomez making the catch just short of a first down. These officials are slow tonight, Steve. They're slow getting to the point of attack. You hate to hammer them because you need them, but come on, man.
Well, I don't want to get into the whole home field advantage bit or anything.
Now, these guys are just slow tonight, that's all. They're out of position half the time.
No, I know. That, yeah, like you said, he was slow getting to the ball, but that was a nice play right there by Cox. He was pressured a little bit. He hung in there, threw a nice pass. Whether or not it was caught or not, couldn't really get a look on it right there, but like you said, it took 3 of them to get down there and kind of look at each other and rock, paper, scissors for a call.
Yeah, well, is it good? I didn't see it. Did you see it? I mean, I was watching my grandma in the stands. Come on. Make the call.
Hey, he's on TV this week.
Yeah, it's 4th down in the eye. Nobody got in the neutral zone. Cox was going to try to get it, try to pull him, and La Mirada's going to kick it.
You know, Fitch does a lot of preparing mentally and physically. Does not like mistakes, stresses, watch the ball. Ed Lishock would come unglued if one of his guys jumped right there. So they're pretty much disciplined and they're conditioned not to jump on a situation like that. And I guarantee that every coach down there and every person in white down there was screaming, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Yeah, they did jump, but nobody got into the neutral zone. That's all that matters. You can move all you want on that line. You can sit there and do a hula dance if you want in front of the guy in front of you. It doesn't matter, but once you get into that neutral zone, that no man's land, and actually the neutral zone's a big fallacy because there's nothing really there to see. It's all a kind of a judgment type of thing,
right,
unless it's blatant where your head actually does go over the football. Any part of your body, actually. Oh, are we up? Here we go. Steve Rossa, Rich. And again, thank you for joining us. We're having a good time on this one tonight. 14-0, 5:18 to go here in the first half of play. It's been all Matadors, so to speak, although the first quarter was a good defensive battle. And this one's far from over.
Well, you mentioned preseason games. The Monsoons jumped out playing 2 Division I teams to start with and got into Los Amigos or Rancho Alamitos after that. They're used to games like this. They're used to having to battle and claw their way out. There wasn't a punt there, Rich.
Yeah, instead of going 4th and short, they're going to go for the touchdown. They got the home run. Lemon. Oh, he gets caught. Unbelievable. Phillips making a touchdown saving tackle. And look at his brother Tim over here going, what's up with you, Mike? Come on. You got to finish those runs. And he didn't. Credit Phillips. He got him from behind. You won't see that happen again all year.
Well, that was kind of odd. They burned a timeout right there to talk about running a sweep, but whatever they were talking about sure worked.
I'm sure there was a little debate between the coaching staff. Here you see it again, just a pitch, nothing fancy. But Lemon should have finished right there. Look at Phillips, just a great effort making the stop.
Yeah, looked like Mayfair was looking for something straight up the gut right there, and they went ahead and turned the rabbit out wide.
Mike Lemon, only a junior. He'll be back. Again to give the mic. And Lemon stopped short of the end zone.
Well, he had Big George out in front of him. George put a block on him, but one of the Monsoons came from linebacker position, stepped up and held him up there. But again, you know what? They got 2 more downs to get 2 yards. It'd be a heck of a stop right now if the Monsoons can hold him right here.
I'll tell you what, as much as I respect the program at Mayfair, I don't think they're going to stop them on 2 downs here. This team is just solid. You know, I had a lot of questions about this club, and I asked Coach Mealy. There's the touchdown. And the Matadors now go up 20-0 with 3:51 to go in the first half. But I'll tell you what, Steve, when you got a line that blocks as well as this line does, Alexander, Robinson, Burrows, the whole gang, just doing a phenomenal job up front. It helps out when you have a bunch of new faces at the skilled positions because you can buy time.
That's it. You are right. And
Buy
I'm
time.
not going to comment on what you just said, but it's kind of tough when you've got guys. You have 5 guys over 250 pounds coming at you, and you got 2 yards to go in 2 plays. It's going to be hard to stop anyone.
You're going to get it. And this team is just well coached, and they do what they're told. Here goes the extra point by Orr. Is good. Once again, look at that. It's textbook kicking. Timeout on the field. 3:51 left, first half. 21-0, La Mirada. Welcome back, Media One Sports Game of the Week. I'm Richard Strahl along with Steve Rousa, Andrew Kersner, and the lone producer left, the lone sportsman, lone wolf, Tony Cantello, my brother.
Tell you, Rich, you're looking up at a fired-up sideline. Although, number one, I think he's getting lost down there in the woods, but...
He's not even on the roster, man. He's up just for the view tonight.
Is it picture night?
I guess. There's another kick. It's going to go in the end zone. Touchback. Same spot as the last one, maybe 5 yards over, but just as deep as the first one.
Well, I apologize for not knowing his name. The special teams coach for La Mirada, he had all 11 guys lined up at the 30-yard line before sending them out, and he was punching them, he was kicking them. Those guys were going nuts down there.
No, that's Coach Brooks. That's just Brooks. That's how Coach Brooks coaches. He just fires people up.
Hey, he had the whole sideline going ballistic.
Oh, he's definitely the psychological master. If I'm going to go to a war, I want Brooks to talk to my troops before they go out there because he's going to piss them off. I guarantee he's going to make them upset. And they're playing like it right now at 21-0.
Again, you got 5 wide.
Harrison again has to step up. He's got to go down. He does. Fayola, number 99. Sanchez back there. And if that wasn't enough, Rangel back there also.
Hey, Rich, have you ever seen a lookout block?
Yeah. Quite a few. I used to make those all the time.
Wow.
Andrew Kersner, let's go down, see what Andrew's doing.
Well, this La Mirada team controlling both sides of the ball, especially up front on the offensive line. Mike Lemon, 15 carries, 129 yards out of the team's 160, and both lines just dominating. Back to you, Rich.
Wow. 15 for 129 yards for Mike Lemon and 3 touchdowns. And we're still got 3 minutes to go in the first half. Harrison again, a little delay give to Williams. And Williams just like a pinball, hit, move, and finally goes down.
Unfortunately, he's hitting off his own guys.
Yeah.
First 3 hits were delivered by Monsoons right there.
Mike Williams has not been able to get in any kind of rhythm, but again, you got to credit the Matador defense. They're just shutting it down. Coach, Brooks has just got his guys coming from all over the place. And they're going to keep Harrison under extreme pressure. And Harrison's he's no slouch. He's not a rookie. This kid's a third-year varsity player.
Okay, he's a seasoned veteran, like you said. He knows how to throw the ball. He can
knows how to buy
defenses.
time. Everything.
Exactly. He's a heck of a ball player. But right now, I've heard some people say this game's going to be won and lost on the interior on both lines, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
3rd down, 16 for the Monsoons. Again, a big rush. Harrison's going to let it fly. Has his man. Can he get it this time? He does. And they can't say that one isn't any good. They don't give him much of a spot, though. They take about 10 yards off it.
Harrison went back and he was hit and he was moving around. And, I thought he just threw that ball up for grabs. But that just shows you the kind of arm that kid has.
It was total timing pattern. He threw it even before the receiver looked back, and the ball was in the air already 30 yards before the receiver looked up.
Yeah, that ball was thrown 50 yards, just about 50 yards on his heels.
Yep.
They threw it up to Michael Williams, who just ran under it like a center fielder.
Big play for the Monsoons, 2:05 left in the first half. They are down, but they're now in Matador territory. This is the deepest penetration from Mayfair in the whole ball game. Harrison again dropping, Sanchez in, and Williams making a quick grab, and we might have a roughing the passer penalty going against La Mirada. Mark Sanchez hitting Harrison kind of late. And that's going to be personal foul, roughing the passer, like I said. And that's going to be an automatic first down, and that's going to give Mayfair good field position now, just outside the 30-yard line.
Well, you know, Rich, right there, he is so big and strong, Mike Harrison. You know, he threw that ball 50 yards in the air, and right here, I think they're trying to get to him a little bit, but he's the kind of guy, he's real quiet, he's to himself, he's a thinking kind of guy, and he's not a really emotional, get him up, fire him up kind of guy. Right here, this may put a little rhythm in him. This may just light that little fire that he has that comes out and put together a successful drive right here.
Well, those strong silent types are pretty dangerous, as we know.
And right here, I mean,
you gave him the perfect mass murder profile right there. Strong silent, here we go.
I'm not going to say that, but.
No, Harrison doing a good job. He's not getting rattled. He's not going to let the Matadors get to him. They have it inside the 30, not just outside the 30, so it's 1st and 10. Another quick pass, swing that out, complete to Garcia. Garcia looking for a block, doesn't get it, but he makes a good fake, and Garcia knocked out of bounds by Chris Rudiger at the 12-yard line. Rudiger gave him a little extra.
Hey, a game like this, that's all right.
Yeah.
You know, when you're getting up, you use his helmet as a little step stool. There's nothing wrong with that. Give a little business underneath.
Yeah. That is great. That's just a good move because, you know, the Matadors like to collapse.
Sure.
They're very good at getting to the ball after somebody gets it because they want to get put in their licks. Garcia able to slip away. Rudiger trying to make him pay just a little bit. It's 1st and 10 now for the Monsoons, and they're at the 17-yard line. Harrison again. It's going to be pass, as we see here now. Another quick pass, incomplete, thrown at the feet. Michael Williams, and just a heavy rush on that one.
Yeah, see, what they're trying to do here is they're trying to bring everyone into the middle with the 5 wide, and La Mirada's going to bring them up in there. They're going to try these little short hitch passes or timing patterns to try and put something together. So far, it's been working. Don't be surprised if you see something on the ground, though, real soon here. A little trap or a little trickery.
So 2nd and 10 for the Monsoons, really driving now. And you got to wonder if that roughing the passer penalty hadn't happened, how far down the field would the Monsoons be? Part of the game. You got to play under control. There's the catch, but a loss. Good defense, Chris Rudiger again, and he's only a sophomore. Number 28.
He stepped up right there. He made a great play. He read that all the way. Michael Williams took off out of the backfield on a little swing pass right there. Rudiger read it perfectly, stepped up, made the play, got the crowd excited, put a little bit of momentum back in his team, a little spark. It leaves the Monsoons now with about a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, the Monsoons, I know they're thinking we want 6 out of all this. You got 121 to play, but at this point in time, you got to get any points, even if it's a field goal. I'm not too well versed on the kicking game for Mayfair, Steve. Maybe you can give us some insight on that.
Well,
maybe not.
I don't want to comment too much. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the kicking game, and then when I see guys missing field goals or extra points here and there, it kind of adds a little bit of salt to the wounds. Fitch, you know, he's a well-respected guy. He's a nice guy, sometimes misunderstood. I think he'll do the right thing here. If something happens here, he will go for 3. You know, Mayfair has a kicker, Andrew Bassini. The guy has a nice foot, has a problem staying consistent, but I think if you put him in a game like this, he'll go ahead and he'll rise and meet the challenge. But like I said, Fitch, he'll go ahead, he'll do the right thing. He'll put some points on the board. You know, you go into halftime with 0s, but if you have something, if you go in with 3, then hey, you can come out and there's still some hope.
1:21 to go. Here's a big 3rd down, 14 play for the Monsoons. Everybody is wide. There's nobody back. There's only 5 down. 5 down linemen, that is. Pass out in the flat is complete to Williams. Williams trying to make something happen. Williams putting the head down. Williams going to be very, very close to a 1st down. Going to be about a yard shy. Will they go for it, Steve?
Just what we were talking about. I don't know. It's an interesting call by Fitch right here. You know, right here you had a 3rd and 14 You want to put the ball in the best athlete, ball in the hands of the best athlete, and right there they did that. They did get the blocking from their offensive line that they didn't get running that play before. So you see Michael Williams takes off. He's got all the big boys out in front of him.
Yep.
Interesting call right here. Fitch is going to have to figure it out. He's conferring right now with his coaching staff.
Well, there's a timeout on the field. There's also a player down.
Looks like Michael Williams.
And it does look like Michael Williams, but I don't see him in the huddle, but I can't get the number. Let's take a break right now with 1:02 left here at Arvo Goodman Stadium. It's 21-0 Matadors. We'll be back. Welcome back to the game of the week. Rich Estrella along with Steve Rousa, Andrew Kirchner down below. And we still have Williams down, if it is indeed Michael Williams. I haven't seen him anywhere on the sideline, though. I got to assume that's him, Steve.
Yeah, there he goes.
And that does not bode well at all for Mayfair. Michael Williams goes down. Ultimately, you lose your best running back. And who are we going to see? Darius Hodges is out.
Yeah, I was just pointing out, you know, we're missing a lot of speed with Darius Hodges out. And now you're missing Michael Williams goes down. That's a huge blow for Mayfair.
4th and 2 now. They'll have to do without. And maybe we see a Harrison quarterback sneak here just to get that first down and get 4 shots to the end zone.
It's a tough call with the big boys up front for La Mirada. Look at Fitch right here. He's sucking it up. He did a little check down below, and he's going to go ahead and run it right here.
Here it is. 4th and very short.
We got him.
Matadors jumped. Unbelievable. Coach Brooks will have these guys working out so hard on Monday. They'll be running. They'll probably do it tomorrow during films.
You are right.
Yep. It's a first down for the Mayfair.
Wow, as good as they are,
yeah,
to let something like that happen.
And Coach Brooks is sending in another lineman. Somebody's going to pay. Let's see. Jacobo Galindo is going in, and out comes big number 60, Josh Rangel, who's played a pretty good game.
He may as well just keep running to the other side of the field, Rich.
You'd be better off. Oh, you got the big fullback in there to get in. Touchdown Mayfair. Unbelievable.
Alan Cadet.
Kennett, as you mentioned.
Sophomore. What a thrill that's got to be for him.
It's got to be unbelievable. You know, for Mayfair, it's amazing. You're losing all those skilled guys. Hodges, Williams. Lines are banged up, but they're still coming.
That's a pretty gutsy call right there. Putting in a sophomore after they're getting pounded around a little bit.
And with only 30 seconds left, and here's the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is no good. Oh my God. That thing looked like it was thrown. And that may kill Mayfair. It may be 21-20, Steve. I can see 21-20. Time out on the field. We'll be back. 21-6 the score.
You don't need algebra, geometry, and calculus to get this job. Now, if that doesn't convince you to take math courses, I don't know what will. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
And it's not a full moon anymore. Halloween just passed last week. It was a full moon then, but boy, the Mayfair fans are howling right now, blowing an extra point, Steve.
Well, tried to put it nicely earlier. That 4th and 2 right there was an easy decision for Fitch, and that just kind of shows you.
La Mirada probably has about 17 guys that would have hit that. Oh! And it's Mayfair's football with 30 seconds to go. The clock continues to run, though. And unbelievable. Who would do that?
From goat to hero right there. Brasini just blew someone up. Wow.
The Matadors were not at all ready for that, and I really didn't think they would attempt it right here. I think they would go in with a little bit of momentum. Not much, but a little bit.
Hey, Fitch is sometimes a misunderstood guy, and right there, that's twice in the first half They're pulling fakes or special teams tricks right there.
Well, you got to do something to get a leg up on these Matadors. They're pretty darn good. Harrison in the ball game now. Had a real confident trot coming out. And we're going to see a home run ball here a couple of times. You got maybe two or three plays, being that if they're incomplete, it'll stop. The clock, that is. Harrison again on the timing, has a man, and Andrew Phillips cannot get it. And the flag is thrown, 2 flags. And Mayfair getting the break. And listen to the Mirada partisans. I honestly didn't see anything on that, by the way.
You know, Rich, that ball was thrown about 10 yards past Andrew Phillips. I'm not going to argue that call.
Let's see it on the replay. Interference, Mirada. And Mayfair can get back into this thing real quick. We got to see that one more time on the replay.
We've got half the crowd looking up here.
Here it is again. And you see the ball's in the air. I don't see a thing on that play. And homeboy had 6 guns going, man. He was throwing flags out of his back pocket, his front pocket. Good thing for Mirada is apparently the interference happened way back here at the 35-yard line, not where the ball was finally ended up. So they're saying somehow his progress was impeded beyond the 5 yards.
That was a late flag then. You would talk about getting late on a call.
About throwing,
Son of a gun.
He was pulling flags out of area. That homeboy was throwing the reserve chute. Pass is incomplete. It was intended for number 23, Garrett Alexander. Alexander never looked back for the football.
Well,
let's see what Andrew Kirshner's slant on this one is. Andrew, what's up?
Well, updating Mayfair running back Mike Williams. He has a mild ankle sprain. They're icing it down right now, and he's questionable to return. Obviously a big blow if he doesn't come back, Rich.
You could say that, but Mayfair hasn't done that bad so far without him. And thanks for answering the question, Steve. You danced around that very nicely. You don't have a kicking game at Mayfair. Not like Mirada's.
Nope.
Harrison throws high, incomplete. Harrison had quite a bit of time on that one. He felt some pressure and kind of hurried that one. We have 11 seconds left in the half.
Well, that ball was overthrown. The one before that, though, you were mentioning 23 Garrett Alexander didn't see the ball at all, which was perfectly thrown by Mike Harrison and doing the things that he normally does. Well, Garrett Alexander broke his collarbone early in the season. This is only his 2nd game back.
Man.
One of the key players for Fitch and his staff, and someone that they went into this season as seeing that who's going to do good things. Well, he got hurt early, and right there just shows that he's a little rusty, and the timing's not there, which was a perfectly thrown ball by Harrison.
Yeah, if you would have just looked back and seen the ball, he would have very easily adjusted to it. It was not a badly thrown ball. Harrison has a man on his leg, a man on his hand. There's a fumble, and that's going to do it here for the first half. And I like the partisan clock here. And the clock guy's going to kill me, but you know what? He stopped it way too soon.
Well, someone's got to sign his check.
Yeah. That's it. That should be it. I think the ref's seen that too. No, timeout. Mayfair, they have the ball back. No, nothing? No pass? Incomplete pass? Okay. Wow. Oh, that's why the clock stopped.
Okay.
I thought it was a fumble.
Well, you never know around here.
Yeah.
But,
hey, a lot of excitement, man. This last 5 minutes has been outstanding.
You might see a snap and then a little run around and then take a knee for 3 seconds.
By the way, my apologies to the guy running the clock here.
I
thought he was trying to get one. I thought his guys got it. They were going to get one offensive play out of it.
Is that the guy in your back right now?
Nah. They can't. They won't hear this till tomorrow. They'll be all over me, man. Oh, man. 3 seconds to go. Mayfair's got a 4th down and 10. They're going to get one chuck to the end zone. And Harrison's going to throw it if he has time. If he has time. He hasn't had very much of it today.
Well, 5 wide right there. You only have 5 guys blocking for you, and they're bringing 10.
They got 3 receivers to the far side. Mirada's going to cover them with their 5 backs. Michael Boardman pushing it outside. There's a pass. He has him beat. Touchdown, Mayfair. Unbelievable. No more time left here in the first half. And Phillips catches a 35-yard bomb. Unbelievable. And if I'm Mike Fitch, I'm going for 2 on this one.
Oh, you know dang well he's going for 2.
Oh,
unbelievable right there. Andy Phillips split the defense right there. He just ran by the double coverage he had That ball is thrown perfectly right at his fingertips. Andy Phillips never lost stride. Ran right by the defensive backs who turned to look for the ball. That was an absolutely perfectly thrown football right there for 6 points for the Monsoons. You know, Rich, you just called it. They're going to, without a doubt, they're going for 2.
Well, one doesn't do you any good, and not getting one here still doesn't hurt you. So you got to do it. You got to try to even this puppy up somehow. They're going to have to do it via the air. They have no ground attack. Although, Kenneth, the fullback, the sophomore, has shown some flashes of brilliance. And the extra point is, dropped in the end zone, wide open. Oh my, that kid's going to have nightmares tonight. That's Craig Garcia.
Usually a sure-handed kid.
If those 2 points come back to haunt the Monsoons, that is going to haunt that poor young man.
If you look right there, Mike Harrison just went up to him. Said, hey, nice try. We'll get him next time. That's a heck of a vote of confidence right there.
That's true, and Harrison did throw a bullet at him, but doesn't matter. Here it is again. There's the bullet, and it's right in the hands. There's no excuse, Steve. I'm sorry. There's just no excuse for dropping that ball. That's that Doug Cosby of the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl right there.
Hey,
but a good effort by Mayfair coming back and making it interesting at halftime, 21-12. Stay with us. We come back. We'll have some stats and more right here from Marvel Goodman Stadium on the campus of La Mirada High.
Right, but that won't stop me. Never know. God knows how.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Media One Sports Game of the Week. There's the score, 21-12. La Mirada over Mayfair. Interesting first half, Steve. Mayfair got their points all in a bunch, as did La Mirada. They got them in bunches. Everything happened in the second quarter. What's going to have to happen, I feel, in the second half, Steve, is they're going to have to adjust, man. They're going to make some kind of adjustment on Mayfair offensively, as we've talked about during halftime. Harrison's not getting a lot of time to throw the ball, Steve.
Well, what I think they got to do is give him just a couple more, maybe even a split second longer to get a better read on the defensive secondary to make the throws that he needs to throw to complete a pass for big yardage.
Here's trouble. Von Jarrett, if he gets to the outside, watch out. Brought down. Nice bit of defense there by the Monsoons. I didn't see that. It looked like number 6, but he's off my roster, Steve, so I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah, that was good contain. You know, he just went down the hash mark and stayed in his area, waiting for the runner to come toward him. He didn't leave the contain area, and he made the play. That was a nice job of special teams work.
So La Mirada will start things off here. They have the lead. They have the football. The ball's at the 21-yard line.
Big defensive series right here for the Monsoons. They stop and they get the ball back real quick, put some points up. They're right back in this thing. If La Mirada takes it down and scores, obviously could cause some problems for the Monsoons chasing their heels for the rest of the game.
The give goes to Lemon. Lemon has a huge hole. Goodbye. Lemon with some big yards. Brought down finally by number 54, John Mossman, but a huge gain to start things off here in the second half.
I tell you, John Mossman, he came from the defensive end position to make that tackle, but something makes me want to ask, did he get blocked all the way down there? Because I tell you, there was a heck of a hole right there. The offensive line for the Matadors having their way with Mayfair's line on that play.
Definitely a huge hole for Lemon. I mean, Steve, we could have got some yards on that one.
Well, maybe.
No, I would have got some.
You haven't seen me run.
Here's Lemon. Lemon ran into a pile of athletes, and then he bounced out, and Lemon picking up 7. He was stopped after 2. Good effort. Andrew Kirshner's got something for us already down on the sideline. Andrew, what's up?
Well, La Mirada picking up right where they left off in that first half. Mike Lemon running strong here in the second half. Looking at some first half numbers, La Mirada 130 rushing yards on the ground for Mike Lemon, 157 total. Quite the opposite for Mayfair. Mayfair doing it all through the air. Mike Harrison, 9 of 22 for 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Back up to you, Rich.
Big numbers put up on both ends of the field in contrasting styles. Here's Lemon again. Lemon trying to bounce to the outside, and he has some room. Lemon easily gets the first down and about 5 yards to boot on that.
You know, the defensive coordinator, Ed Lishak, said this is the most balanced La Mirada team he has ever seen. They put the ball up and they throw the ball he's seen equal amount of times. And right here, why even throw the ball when you can just take it down the field like they're doing? And getting away from Mayfair's running game, they're going to have to throw a ball a lot more, which Mayfair is a balanced team. They like to pass, they like to run, but here the Matadors are just shutting them down on the run, and they're having their way with the run.
1st and 10 for La Mirada. They are at the 40-yard line of Mayfair. They give to Mike Lemon. Lemon looking to add to his big total. You know, Lemon with 130 yards, as you heard Andrew mention, in the first half. And he has to play. It's only 21-12.
Didn't he have a hurt ankle?
Not Lemon, it was Aaron Gomez.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you can plug Gomez in the backfield. He might do just as well. He's vastly improved from last year.
Well,
Very
the way they're
dedicated
blocking,
athlete.
the way they're blocking right now. I mean, like you said, you could get out there, Rich.
Yeah. And big George Woods coming off, number 90. Again, Lemon in the backfield. Aaron Gomez to the far side, or check that. Von Jarrett to the far side, Aaron Gomez to the near side. Fayula in at the tight end. They give to Lemon. Lemon finding some room on the outside. Lemon cutting back inside. Lemon has a first down, and he's down deep now into Monsoon territory.
Well, familiar position. It's where the game's been played most of the night. Right here, we'll see if the Mayfair Monsoons can strap it up a little bit, play some good, strong defense.
It doesn't seem like the Monsoons right now are containing. The defensive end's not really, I don't want to say not doing his job, but it appears in this defensive set as we see this, the DE is just standing up at the line of scrimmage. He has to stay outside and keep the runner going inside where everybody's at.
Well, he tried to give him a high five right there, looked like.
Once they get to the outside, it's over. You cannot get it back. 1st and 10 at the 20, or make it the 21. La Mirada on the move, Lemon with it. Lemon straight ahead, gains a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Matadors. And the Matadors coming out again very methodically like they did in the first half. They're going to run the football. It's what they do best with that big line. They're going to pound you, and then they're going to open things up for the passing game. And not a bad passing game this year by Cox, although he is a first-year starter on a varsity.
Well, you were just looking at the stats earlier before the game. I mean, he's matching up pretty well with Mike Harrison, who is a premier passer, a seasoned veteran. Cox has put up some good numbers this year. You can't count him out, even though it's his first year. I mean, he's done a heck of a job for La Mirada.
Yeah, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Harrison, 18 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. And Harrison with about 300 more yards passing. Look at Woods. Did you see him push number 75 out there? That's Thomas Robinson. Robinson had to get out of the way. Here comes Big George.
Well, he just moved the pile. I mean, you had a traffic jam right there, and he's just a big bulldozer bowling his way through.
Well, you know, Joe Hall has made a big fullback fashionable. Joe Hall of Artesia was an outstanding fullback and ball player a couple years ago for Artesia High School. And with the advent of Joe Hall, a guy who's 6'4", goes about 260, and able to run the ball. Now you see guys like George Woods popping up, mainly as a blocker, though. But George can run, as you saw. Gained 7 yards. Carried everybody with him. Here's Lemon. Lemon high-stepping. Lemon's going to have a touchdown, and he is not in. They're going to say he's down at the 1 as he fumbles the ball into the end zone. So 1st and goal now for La Mirada.
Well, again, I mean, he had a soul big enough one of them school buses in the background could have drove through. They're just pounding the line right now.
That's what they'll do. They got 1 yard to go, and I don't look at them wasting too much time getting it done. Come out, George Woods at the fullback. Watch for him to just go straight ahead and for Lemon to either follow him or break to the outside. Lemon gets drilled. No, but he blocked him. That's Kinnett. That's your sophomore,
No,
man.
that's number 35. That's Terrence Young.
Oh, okay. He looked a lot like Ellen Kinnett with those with that toilet seat around his shoulder pads. 54. You're right.
Yeah, 54 is Mossman. I think
right.
they just showed him right there. Terrence Young lining up in the nose tackles position just gets off the ball.
You know what? La Mirada blocks so well, you will never see this happen. Look at that. That's picture perfect. That is textbook football.
Nice play. Again, Terrence Young, a little guy, short to the ground, but he's stocky. He's built like a bull.
Second and goal for the 3, 2-yard loss on the play. Look for Lemon to go wide on this play. There he goes, trying to get it to the outside, trying to string it out. The Monsoons in mass.
You know, Rich, that goes back to just what you're talking about. The defensive end, John Mossman right there, number 54, strung it out, forced him to the outside and didn't let him get outside of himself. It's that the secondary in the corners, Andrew Philp, to step up and make the play. Instead of just breaking down and letting him go to the outside free and being able to cut inside, he had help from his secondary, stringing him out far enough to where those guys could step up and help him out. Right there, you see there's a whole slew. There's 2, 4, 5 Monsoons on the tackle. That's a nice play right there.
Yeah, the DE's got to keep everything inside. He's the contained guy. He does not let anything get past the line of scrimmage if he can help it. He tries to keep them inside where the backers are waiting, well, along with everybody else. Third down and goal at the 4 now for the Matadors. I don't think anybody's running back when they've been this deep in the red zone all year. And now it's going to be 4th and goal from about the 1.5-yard line. It's decision time for John Mealy. Do I go for 3 and extend this lead, or do I try to go for 7? If I don't get it, Mayfair's pinned.
Well, it's a no-brainer. I think he's going to go for it. You know, he's up with a fairly sized lead right now, which this touchdown will put him up quite a bit. He can put the game away essentially right now with 5 minutes left to go in the third. And if they don't make it, well, their defense has been playing a great job. Mayfair doesn't have too much of a ground game to counter it if they get the ball right there. So I think it's a no-brainer for them.
Well, they've been stopped 3 times so far. The 4th time a charm for La Mirada. No! The Monsoons appear to have stopped them. The Matadors are saying touchdown. The Monsoons are saying no. The officials aren't saying anything. And it's first down, Monsoons.
Unbelievable. Right there, that is a great defensive series for the Monsoons.
Tony, you got to run that one more time. We got to see what happened up front. But I see the ball at the 1-yard line right now, and Mayfair's got 99 yards to go to get within 2, 3, or about 7.
Yeah, again, Rich, you know, Mayfair hasn't put up the offensive numbers. That was the right call. I mean, he had to go for it. 3 points isn't going to do a whole lot. You get 6 right there. It makes the lead a little bit wider, puts a little bit more of the comfort zone together.
There we go, Harrison, and he was without the services of Michael Williams and Hodges and everybody else. Wow, Andrew Kirsner's got something for us down below. Andrew.
Well, great goal line defense that time by Mayfair, but some not encouraging news. Mike Williams has a left ankle sprain and most likely will not return. He's having trouble cutting on it. And with the loss of Darius Hodges, that'll mean some new people will have to step up for this Mayfair team.
And he's not kidding. Mayfair's pretty thin at the running back position. Harrison gets himself a little bit of breathing room, however, not much. And the give, is that Kinnett? No, that's number 40. Yeah, that's Alan Kinnett. You're right. And Kinnett back in the ball game, and he gets about a yard shy of the first down. Now they'll have a 3rd down and 1. Well, you know what? Usually, Steve, sometimes when you have injuries like you had with Hodges and Williams now, sometimes you do find a diamond in the rough. You got a guy that's just been chomping at the bit, but he won't get the opportunity because he's only a sophomore.
Exactly. I was just going to say, Rich, that Mayfair doesn't have a whole bunch of seniors in the backfield this year or at the skilled positions, so you're going to have the younger guys step it up right here, and it's a big maturing process for them right now. I mean, they've got to go ahead and strap up that belt and see what they're made of deep down. I mean, this is great for them, for the futures, but they need the here and now.
And we have penalty markers everywhere, and I don't know what that flag's all about, Steve. I didn't see too much movement out there. Looks like it's going to go against Mayfair, though.
Well, it looked like Harrison changed his count up. He might have drawn him offsides.
No, it's going against against the Matador. That's an automatic first down.
Yeah, he drew him offsides right there. Again, a team this good shouldn't be making penalties like that. I mean, They've got him pinned. They got a late in the downs right there. They've got to be able to discipline themselves well enough so that doesn't happen. Give them a first down right here.
Very aggressive La Mirada Matador defense, and that's why we've seen him jump twice today more than likely. That's very uncharacteristic of a Kim Brooks coach team. Harrison abates a big sack. Pass is complete, and it may be a touchdown. Andrew Phillips is going to go all the way for a touchdown. No flags on the field. It's going to stand.
You know, that's all Harrison needed. As good as he is, he just needed that split second. He created that play himself. He was going down, Rich. He got hit. He stepped away from that. He threw a bullet to Andy Phillips. Luckily for him, Andy Phillips, he's got good speed, but that La Mirada secondary is a lot faster than he is, but the two defenders collided with each other. A 99-yard drive right there, Rich. You started out this whole series talking about that.
Here it is again. Here's Harrison just throwing a right there on a rope, and there's just no competition. Remember, Phillips was the one that caught Mike Lemon going around the end over here from behind. Lemon had a 3-yard gain on him, 3-yard lead. The extra point is no good once again. Wow, and that's going to hurt the Monsoons, man. If they would just been able to connect on those extra points, they would have a lead if they would have converted the 2-point plus the 2 extra points. And not happening, man. They're down 21-18, just the same. It's interesting now. And I can see why you hate the kicking game, Steve.
Well, you know, Rich, a couple years ago in the playoffs, Mayfair lost the playoff game by 1 point to Pacifica. Well, not because of a missed kick, but could have won it, or at least tied it up with a PAT. But I tell you what, Andy Phillips, you're right, he's no slouch. He's all-league pole vaulter, qualified 3rd in CIF in the pole vault, and the 220 hurdles. The guy's a sprinter. He can do it all. He just outran everybody right there.
I would think with the size of this La Mirada line, you got Ron Burrows, 6'4", 270. We talked about Thomas Robinson, 6'5", 300. You've got Lucas Alexander, about 5'11", about 235, 240, depending upon how much he had to eat today. And, you know, I thought they would wear these guys down. Mayfair showing an outside kick, and they kick it deep, and Von Jarrett with it from the 5-yard line. And Jarrett still on his feet, squeezing to the outside, and Jarrett's finally brought down. That's a good open field tackle there by number 6, whoever that dude is.
That's Drew Gonzalez.
Is
He's
it?
the backup quarterback.
All right. Well, Gonzalez doing the job there.
Yeah, you got Mayfair down by 3 points, and again, if you look back at their season so far, they've been in this situation before. They know what it's like, and you're talking about La Mirada wearing them out, but they've been faced with that all year long. They're conditioned to go ahead and take the pounding and pounding and pounding for 4 quarters because they've been there before. They've had a tough schedule all year. This is no exception.
Here it goes. Matadors now coming out. George Woods in the backfield in the I formation. He's the fullback with Lemon in the backfield. Aaron Gomez, flanker position. The give goes to Lemon, and Lemon, nothing. Alan Canet, the sophomore, playing the game of his life tonight.
Alan Canet from the linebacker's position, he read that play. He filled the hole like he should. The first half, you know, he was ducking his head a little bit, and he was running by the ball carrier. I think at halftime, Ed Lishak must have gave him a little bit, gave a piece of his mind. Alan put it away, and I'll tell you what, he made a great play right there. Filled the hole, went in there, made the tackle, loss of a yard. And like you said, he's a sophomore. He's got a lot of growing and a lot of learning to do, but he's learning a lot right now.
And it's in a big game. That's the difference. This is the biggest game of the year for both of these schools. Make no mistake. They give to Lemon. Lemon trying to whip to the outside, spins, makes a good move. There's a flag on the field. Lemon has first down numbers, but I believe it's going to come back.
Yeah, right there, John Mossman got taken down on the defensive end spot. He was trying to string Lemon out a little bit, but he was brought down. He was brought down on a hold. At least we'll see if it is a hold.
Holding, as you say. Good eye, Steve. Good eye ball. And
Right here.
it's going to bring it back.
You see Mossman right there getting taken down on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was obvious. Can't do that in this game.
Not in one like this. The officials, I think, are going to tighten up a little bit more. Mainly because the score's so close, and this one means a whole lot. I know we wrote it pretty. Isn't that one referee right there look like Shaq spotting the ball? He's a big dude.
I was going to say.
I seen him out there before the game talking to people, talking to the ball boys, and he was so serious about what he's doing.
What would you?
He's doing a good job. The other guys I don't know, but I know that guy right there is doing a good job.
Are you talking nice because he's as big as a house, or?
Damn right I'm talking right because he's as big as a house. Man, he's huge. Here we go. Second down, 20. Now they go split back formation. Means pass. Cox, plenty of time. He throws wide open as Aaron Gomez. And the pass is incomplete. The La Mirada fans want a penalty, but believe me, there was no penalty there.
No, that was just a pure battle for the ball right
Yeah.
there. That's a nice play by Joe Hunter.
Tried to out-jump him is what happened. Let's see if we can see that again, Tony.
The Joe Hunter had nice tight coverage on him. Turned around just at the right time. Must have been watching Gomez's eyes as he turned around. He didn't have too much of his body on him, but it was a jump ball, like you said.
Pretty much what it was.
And like I said, in a game like this, you got to let these guys play some football.
Here we go for the Matadors. This is a big play here. I don't think people realize 3rd and 20 here in the shotgun. Cox, time, throws. Pass is incomplete. Good defense that time by number 4, Joe Hunter. Hunter all over Von Jarrett, and Jarrett is the money man in this situation right now.
Again, 2 big plays in a row by Joe.
Well, they tried to go to Gomez earlier in the game, and it didn't look like Gomez could get off. He got the ball with a little bit of room early in the first half and couldn't turn it up. And I think, maybe the ankle might, or, the leg, the bad will might have a little bit to do with it, what's going on out there and why they're going mainly to Jarrett tonight. You saw him try to throw to the tight end earlier. La Mirada's trying what they can right now offensively. 2:14 to go, and the Matadors are punting. Nice kick. Wow. And it takes a Matador bounce. Andrew Phillips made a huge error by letting that ball go by. He could have picked it up and gone. He could have easily picked it up and went.
He had three La Mirada guys in his face. That ball was, like you said, that was a heck of a kick. That ball was up in the air for a long time.
I thought he had enough room. I know I would have got it, Steve.
Yeah.
But in my playing day.
In your playing days, right there, I know
Just
that.
kidding.
But like you said, he could probably fair caught that ball.
Right. Wow, because that ball would have go maybe about 20 yards. Wow, that's a huge play. Oh yeah, forgot about that, Steve. A Sports Corner, Wednesdays, 8. Join us at 8. It will recap last week's show with the La Mirada cheerleaders and the Mayfair cheerleaders. And that was kind of fun last week, Steve.
Wild.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have some more fun. Get a rematch going. Here we go. Kinnett, right? That's 40, the sophomore. First down on his first carry here in the 3rd quarter.
It's interesting you said that the fullback position has kind of become fashionable around here. The NFL woke up this week with Mike Allstott running the ball like he did
Last
for
year.
Tampa Bay. Last week getting over 100 yards. Well, we see Alan Kinnett line up at the fullback position, same style, get the ball, run straight ahead. Is he going to look for daylight? No, he's going to look for the first blue jersey he can punish.
And there's a good evidence of that once again. 1st and 10 for Mayfair. They have the ball, 1:39 left here in the 3rd quarter. They're down 21-18. Harrison with the ball, Kinnett in the backfield. Everybody all the running backs are injured for Mayfair, and Kinnett not doing a bad job as a backup, coming in as the 3rd guy in as a sophomore. That time, he gets nothing.
Well, at the end of that play, Allen kind of he stood back and put his hands on his hip. I think they went see like he's doing now. I think they went to the well one too many times on that one with him.
Yep, Matador's waiting for it. 1:13, clock is running, 1:12 to go. But as we mentioned, there's a whole 4th quarter left, and with the score this tight, and La Mirada's 29-game winning streak on the line tonight.
You are seeing a football game tonight, Rich.
Oh, we knew it would be, as we scheduled these. We know. This one's always on the schedule.
Some ice company's going to be happy after the game.
Harrison's got to throw it. He does. And incomplete. Harrison bites a lot of dust as he throws that ball. Eats a lot of dust, I should say. Phillips almost able to run underneath that one, but not quite. Andrew Kirshner has got a report for us down on the field. Andrew.
Well, according to the Mayfair coaches, a big lesson was learned from last season. Mayfair led 10-7 at the half against this La Mirada team, and then in the second half got blown out, ended up losing by 25 points. Coming into this season, though, they wanted to just keep it close, and so far they're doing that. 18 unanswered points, although they've missed their last 3 conversions on those after those touchdowns, and that could come back to haunt them. Instead being tied, they're down by 3.
Andrew Phillips, man, that hurt. He dropped the ball, and Nelson Gutierrez just wailed on him. But the drop pass brings up 4th down for the Monsoon, so that really ruins a pretty good little drive they had going after they got pinned pretty deep on the punt.
Ruins a good drive, and that's uncharacteristic of him. He heard footsteps on that one. He had his arms all curled up. He should have caught that ball.
Alligator arms is what they call it, and you usually get that when your ears hear feet. Good snap. Not a very long kick, and Aaron Gomez has it, runs into Von Jarrett. Now Gomez trying to run the width of the field, and he's finally going to be brought down, and now there's a flag being thrown at about the 35-yard line, and let's wait and see what that's all about.
Well, now's not the time to get ugly and get sloppy and get stupid. Don't take any dumb penalties.
Whoa, chop block going against, illegal block going against La Mirada. So instead of getting really good field position, let's see if we can see the chop block here, Steve.
See, Phillips kicks the ball. Not a whole lot in the screen right now. Nothing we could see, Red.
Can't see it on our screen. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. You know, we're so limited. Got that big zoom lens, Steve. So Matadors have it 1st and 10. They're back, and it's not bad field position. It's at the 28. I mean, come on. Could have been a lot worse for La Mirada. They got 28 seconds showing on the clock. They have the football. Lemon in the backfield. Gomez to the near side, Jarrett to the far side. The throw to Gomez. Gomez catches it, and Gomez has a 1st down.
Well,
11-yard gain.
yeah, I don't know if you're going to see much more of the passing game from La Mirada. 4th quarters, it's in their hands. They got the ball. They got the lead. I think they're going to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Let's remember, these two teams are very evenly matched in the fact that La Mirada is ranked number 1 in CIF in the division, and Mayfair is ranked number 4. So the way the pollsters see it, pretty darn close. Timeout on the field by somebody, probably the Matadors. Is it the quarter? All right, quarter ended. Here on the field, the score after 3 complete. The Matadors lead 21-18. Come back for an outstanding, I'm sure it'll be outstanding, 12 minutes. We'll be back.
You don't need algebra, geometry, and calculus to get this job. Now, if that doesn't convince you to take math courses, I don't know what will. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
Everybody, welcome back to the game of the week. Rich Estrella, Steve Rausa, Andrew Kirchner, glad you joined us for this one. It's been an outstanding ball game. La Mirada jumping out to a 21-0 advantage, but Mayfair's been battling back. They've come back with 3 unanswered touchdowns of their own, but the kicking game, the extra points haven't been there for Mayfair. Otherwise, this game would be tied up right now. La Mirada with the football, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of the Matadors. Again, the Matadors may be content to just run here, run the clock out a little bit as we start the 4th quarter. Look at Lemon, man. Lemon's just cruising through there, looking for ways to go. Gets about 12 yards and a 1st down.
You know, Rich, he did, but watch the way he's carrying the ball. He's carrying that thing like a loaf of bread. And one good swat on that thing, that's going to come loose. He's got to cover that ball up a little bit right here in this situation with the time left and the quarter that they're in, and they're not up by 4 or 5 touchdowns like they normally are. He's got to put that away.
Well, this is fun. Here we go again. You see it? It's a little bit loose. This is the first time all season I think the Matadors have been challenged. I don't think anybody's taken them into the 4th quarter with a 3-point lead. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, nobody's done it. Lemon again, up the middle, straight running, gaining some yardage.
You give them 5-6 yards every run like that, they're going to be up a few more.
So it's going to bring a 2nd and 5 now for La Mirada.
Well, maybe Mayfair can catch him off guard here, Rich. Mayfair's used to it. La Mirada isn't.
Yeah.
But as good as the Matadors are, I'm not gonna put them out.
No way. It's their challenge. It's their Armageddon here. Lemon getting the first down. Lemon finally being hammered after about a good 8 yards. Put Lemon down hard.
Well, the fans up here didn't seem to like that too much.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lemon's not going to go down easy, and I'll tell you what, when you're as good as him, hey, you slam him. I'll tell you what, if that was a Mayfair runner and they slammed them, they'd be cheering.
Oh, they'd be going nuts.
They'd be cheering. Let me tell you, I know this crowd.
Yeah, well, this is football. You got to let them play.
I like to be objective, and there's nothing wrong with that tackle on Lemon, and he'll tell you the first one to tell you there was nothing wrong with that tackle. The refs ain't flagging it, it's legal. Usually. So it's 1st and 10 for the Matadors. The ball's at the 35-yard line. Lemon again. He's Mr. Durable there. Lemon brought down by Mossman.
Brought down by Mossman, 5 yards deep.
Yep.
You cannot give this guy 5 yards a run. There is no way.
Yeah, Lemon averaging 8 yards a carry this season so far. And Mayfair's keeping him a little bit, I guess, under his average on that carry only. Got a flag down, by the way. It's going against La Mirada. So that 5-yard gain by Lemon will be negated, and they'll bring it back.
I guess it didn't happen, Rich.
I guess not. Still going to be a first down, however, for the Matadors. Now be first and, what is that, 18?
Now, you don't know the answer to this question, but normally if they get down or a close ball game, is it like this all the time up in the stands, or?
People will stay here. Honestly, they won't leave till the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, if that.
You got another penalty right here. The coaches were in this guy's ear a little bit too much. The Matadors are getting another 15 right here.
Wow. Here you go.
Yep. You know, that just goes back to my question.
Yep.
Are they able to hold their cool and stop this crying like this? Being challenged.
Yeah.
You know, they're so used to winning and being up so big. Can they handle this?
We'll see. This is the challenge. This is the test. And this is what we talk about on Wednesday nights on the Sports Corner. Been talking about this game since the start of the year, to be honest with you.
You're right. This is it.
It's living up to billing. I'll tell you the truth. I'll say it now. I said it all season. I thought after the first 5 games of the year that La Mirada would probably roll past Mayfair. 2 touchdowns was my guess.
And you're not alone.
I know. 2 touchdowns was my guess.
Not me, Rich, but by a lot of other people.
Yeah, I'm sure. 10, 20, 30. It's about a 33 yards. 1st and 33 for the Matadors. Boy, they're making it challenging here tonight. They have nobody to blame but themselves. Cox going to go to the air. No, Lemon gets the call. Lemon trying to break outside. Canet throws him out of bounds.
I think we're going to go down to Andy right now, Rich.
Andrew Kirshner's got a report. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, with Mayfair hanging close, La Mirada's incredible 29 consecutive wins in league play is in jeopardy. Just to show you how dominating they've been this season, in their 8 victories, they're averaging 45 points per game and only giving up 6. Back to you, Rich.
Thank you, Andrew. And man, you know, those are some staggering numbers for La Mirada, and for them to really be challenged today against Mayfair. We thought they would, but I didn't know how much better Pacifica would be than Mayfair this year, and that's our gauge. That's our gauge. 2nd down, really long. 2nd and 25. Cox, play action. The throw, incomplete. The big tight end. The throw was high once again. That's the 2nd time they kind of overthrew Fayula.
Yeah, he was wide open right there in the flats. You know, if he caught that, he has Joe Hunter one-on-one, and you know what that spells.
Yeah, he's going to ride. He's going to ride Fayula's back to the end zone because that's where Fayula's going to take him. That guy's not going down one-on-one by a guy that only weighs $100 change.
No, but he's got to catch the ball first.
Yeah, but you know what'll happen? All these other homeboys will jump him. Canet and everybody else will ride Fayula to the end zone. He's a good player. He really is, and he's a big boy. But you know what? It's uncanny to have a guy that big and have the agility that he has. That's why you have him at tight end.
And going to him in a crucial situation like that.
You never see a 290-pound tight end. I'm sorry. I've never seen one. But he can do the job. High snap. Cox under control. Going for the home run. Almost caught by Aaron Gomez. He fought off 2 defenders. Incomplete. Good defense by the Monsoons. Absolutely nothing wrong with that one.
You know, right there, Greg Garcia was right there on top of him along with Drew Gonzalez. Greg Garcia was the guy that dropped that 2-point conversion in the end zone. He was right there along with Drew Gonzalez to make a huge play for the Monsoons.
Here's it again, Steve. Look at him just unload. Great play.
And Drew Gonzalez getting physical with him right there. A little sophomore.
Hey,
he's a scrappy kid.
I really thought Gomez was going to catch that. As long as he had to wait for it, I thought for sure he was going to catch it. That ball was underthrown. 4th down, 25 for the Matadors. Wow. Nice kick. And it's going to be fair caught at the 17 or 18-yard line. And Mayfair now with 9:19 to go. Down by 3. We'll see. Without the services of their top running back, Michael Williams, without Darius Hodges, have been able to stay in the game with La Mirada. They're down by 3 with 9:19 to go. Unbelievable.
You know, they've kind of adapted Coach Fitch's style. He's real laid back. He's real even keeled. He stays consistent, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, but he never says die.
Never say die. Here we go. Canet is going to have to go the rest of the way in the backfield. Harrison at quarterback. Harrison, uncanny. He has a lot of time. He doesn't know what to do with it. Now he's going to tuck it and go. Smart move as he gains 6. He had nobody open. He had to let it go. He had to run.
He just popped right up through the referee, the ball, so let's go at it again. You know, right now, like I said, they're so even killed. Even though this is probably the best football that they're going to see, heck, it could be in their lifetime.
Yep.
They're not too fired up. They're going to keep the same level. Where La Mirada right now looks like they might be pressing just a little bit.
They've never been here before.
Both teams.
Not this season with these guys. Harrison looks, out of time. He has to eat the ball. On the sack, George Woods, number 90.
Yeah, that's what you call a coverage sack. You know, Harrison had enough time back there to stand and check out where you need to throw the football, but the coverage was so good out there in the secondary. Von Jarrett did a great job on Craig Garcia to allow his defensive players to get on top of Harrison.
George Woods is crediting Vince Faiula for that sack. Right after it was done, he came up to him and said something, gave him a big hug and said, "Hey, bro, that was great." They must have had the double team on Faiula. He must have got some penetration. Somebody tried to help out, and that left Woods open for the kill. 3rd down, 10. 7:52 to go. Mayfair at their own 20-yard line. Harrison under center. Harrison drops. Here comes the Matadors. Harrison pump fake, throws. Has Andrew Phillips, and it is intercepted by Von Jarrett. Jarrett up high with it. Jarrett on return. He's going across the field. Jarrett still on his feet. And Von Jarrett's going to run out of bounds. And that's the biggest play of the ball game right there.
That's what we've been looking for all night. It's a big play. Mayfair did not want to turn the ball over to these guys. They are just too dangerous. That right there, that could be trouble for the Monsoons, Rich.
Yeah, I think so. You can only go to the well so many times. But wait a minute. What's up? Personal foul, La Mirada. They're going to bring it back, but it was after the return. And I think they clipped Harrison, to be honest with you. I saw the clip. I didn't want to say much or watch it. Now watch number 12.
Right there.
Boom, right in the back. Can't do that. I know it was incidental, but you can't do it. It's part of the game. Otherwise, everybody would be hitting the back saying it's incidental.
Exactly.
So the penalty is going to bring it way back for the Matadors. Instead of having good field position back down about the 20, 25-yard line, they're going to bring this puppy all the way back across the 50, out to about the, what is that, the 42-yard line or thereabouts?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, about 47.
47. See the side marker over there from the 30? You got the 40 at the
Yeah.
Those markers on the far side are all screwed
That's
up.
pushed back up in the stand somewhere.
Yeah, somebody tossed it. Here we go, La Mirada, 7:26 to go. They're up by 3. 1st and 10 at the 47. The give is going to go to Lemon. Lemon up the gut. Lemon with some room. Lemon run out of bounds. Canet making the stop. Lemon never went down. He never touched the ground.
Boy, did he run hard.
You know, the Lemon legend grows here at La Mirada. Yeah, Jerry winning the title as a tackle and a defensive tackle, offensive lineman in the 92 season. And, of course, Tim Lemon last season. Here we see it again, and now we have Mike. And look at Mike go, man. Nothing stopping him.
Tell you what, number 72, Lucas Alexander, had Terrence Young on skates right there going backwards. Terrence Young forced him out of bounds, but unfortunately it was 15 yards too deep. He just came off his block.
And Lucas is the baby of the group. He's a little guy. There goes Lemon, big hole. Wrapping him up, Andrew Phillips.
You know what I just saw, Rich? I saw a couple of the Mayfair guys come off the ball, stand straight up, and watch Lemon go right by him. That is the first sign of fatigue right there. I think finally the La Mirada offense line's getting to these guys.
Well, I figured they'd wear him down as we see the play again. There's Lemon just faking, juking, jiving, and finally just says, man, it's enough right here. Got the first down. Got to run the clock. 7:05 to go. And it's at the 29.
That defense has been on the field a long time tonight.
Yep. Cox. The Ratzliff. Ratzliff with a short gain. Chad McGavero making the stop.
Yeah, it's Chad McGavro. He's come off, I think, about a 6-game injury to his shoulder. This is his first game back. He's been dying. He's the kind of guy that sits around school all day long and chews pencils just so he can get in there thinking about the football game all day. I think he was beating up one of the mascots over at the school earlier today.
Everybody beats up mascots, but yeah, you don't do it during the season if you're a football player. Lemon, all on the backfield, look for him to get the call. To give to Lemon. Lemon finds a hole. Lemon brought down by Phillips. And the Matadors look like they're well on their way to preserving the streak.
Well, with 6 minutes left, I don't know if you can say that, but I tell you what, the offense line is stepping it up right now. It looks like they have completely worn out the Monsoon's defensive line, and they're just pushing them around. Mayfair standing up.
Yep. Ball's at the 14-yard line. And they're going to remain with Lemon, Gomez, and Jarrett. This is the first time you see those 3-4 guys on the field this late in the ballgame this year. The give to Lemon. Good block by George Woods. Kicked out at number 89, Ryan Maduga.
Yeah, Brian
Madaga.
Meadow.
Madog?
Meadow, yes.
I give up.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. Anyways, kicked out Brian on that play and gave Lemon just a little bit of room, enough room to gain about 6 or 7.
Well, Meadow just came in before that play. I think they took out John Mossman. They're not too happy with him right now. Meadow went on the defensive end position. He's only a sophomore. And he had to face a pretty tough block right there.
In the eye, Woods and Lemon. To give to Lemon. That time Woods didn't make the block on Mossman, and Mossman makes the tackle with one arm.
He needed to make that play. He was getting beat this whole series. It's a big play for him. I'm surprised that Lemon didn't run right by him right there. But then again, like you said, he's not used to being on the field this late in the game.
Not this late in the game, you know. Lemon's well over 200 yards on the night, but normally he's done by halftime, man. He might get a couple of carries in the third quarter, and that's about it.
He'd be in a suit by this time doing interviews by his locker.
Yeah, having a root beer. Third down, it's 5. Man, they got to convert this. If they don't, they're just leaving a big door open. Oh my God, who is that? 42.
It's Chad McGavro.
McGavro again. Nobody touched him. Oh my. Oh, what a play. This is good football here, Steve.
Hey, this is a football game. These guys are going to come home, and they're going to be sore. They're going to be tired. I think the girlfriends are going to be left behind tonight.
That's it. 4th down. And the Matadors are going for it, or are they not? No, the kicker's in. This is Orr. This is a kicking family here. The Orrs all kick. The dad, the mom, everybody kicks here. It's about a 31-yarder here. And he drilled it, or no? Is it wide? It's wide! Another unbelievable play happening here. That's routine for Orr. Routine.
And the kicking game once again let somebody down.
Well, in this case, the Matadors still have the lead, though. So it doesn't hurt them as much as Mayfair's 3 misses, though, or 2 misses in the botched 2-point conversion.
Yeah, exactly. See, right there, that would have put them up a touchdown here. Mayfair can go down and kick a field goal. But do you go down and kick a field goal? With the success that they've been having tonight already.
Yeah, you wonder.
You know, you're going to see the best 3 minutes, 17 seconds of football right here, Rich. This is the season for these guys, both of them.
I don't doubt that. Mayfair. Harrison completes it. Trying to get to the outside is Hunter, and he does, and Hunter gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 3:09 to play. I don't think the clock is a real factor at this point in time, but you do want to save all your TOs for later.
Yeah, they're going to try and get to the ball into the little fast guys right now from Mayfair. You got Joe Hunter, you got Craig Garcia, you got Andy Phillips. Without the running game, that's what they're going to have to do. La Mirada, you're probably going to see him start setting the house right here. Try and put Harrison on his back or causing some pressure.
First and 10 for the Monsoons. Harrison, a little bit of time, throws, completes it. Again, is that Hunter? Yes, it is. And Hunter gets about 8. Harrison's an outstanding quarterback. I cannot tell you. Harrison has been basically what has kept Mayfair in the game.
I'll tell you what, Rich, that's nothing new to these guys. That guy, he's a warrior. You know, Pete Montera, quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator, you see him standing up right there, says he is the bravest quarterback he has ever seen. And right there, you know, he's been getting pounded all night. He's still standing tall, and he's rocketing that ball just like he was throwing it in the first quarter.
Canet gets stood up, but Canet has a first down. Alan Canet, the sophomore, to come in tonight and do what he's done against the top team in CIF, La Mirada, is nothing short of phenomenal.
Well, if you look at him, the guy is all legs and all rear end. I mean,
yeah,
a beeper goes off when he starts backing up with that big trailer behind him. He's something else. That guy is tough as nails.
Harrison again under heavy rush. He's hit as he throws. He completes it and fumbled out of bounds. Nice catch there by number 23, Garrett Alexander. Alexander fumbles the ball out of bounds at the 41. First down, Mayfair.
Again, Garrett Alexander, he's coming off.
Yeah, he's got a clean uniform.
Yeah, well, the guy's been out all season. He can't soil it. But he's coming off a big injury, broke his collarbone early, but that play right there is right here, set up by Mike Harrison. He gets drilled as he throws a frozen rope to Alexander, who fumbles the ball. Looked like he tried to bat that thing out of bounds.
Like a Dave Casper situation. First and 10 at the 42. Harrison, look at Harrison just looking over to defense. He knows what he wants to do. Is can the line give him time to do it? Harrison throws as he's attacked and gets a first down. Amazing.
That was Andy Phillips on the ball. We saw Andrew Phillips earlier in the ball game hear the footsteps and just get drilled as he dropped the ball. That time, Harrison was absolutely blasted, had the strength enough to stay on his feet long enough to throw a rocket to Andrew Phillips, who knew he was going to get drilled, but had the toughness enough to stay in there and make the catch.
Harrison is just nothing short of phenomenal. I tell you what, right now, I'll go on right. He's the best quarterback I have seen this year.
Well, Rich, it's a tough situation. He doesn't have a running game. He's the kind of guy that doesn't get too fired up, and he knows that he's going to have to carry this ball club. So right now he is taking, you know, he's a seasoned veteran. He's saying, hey, I've got to take these guys in. We got to punch it in for the victory, and that's what he's doing right now.
And when I say that, all due respect to James Steele over at Warren and Sean Bowen, I think probably Bowen's overall the best quarterback in the area, but that's only because Bowen runs.
And not only-
Harrison is the perfect prototype college D1 passer. You drop back, you deliver the ball. Whether you deliver it short, long, or handoff, he's got the perfect size, the perfect look.
Not only that, Rich, but look at those other quarterbacks and the guys that they have around them.
That's true. That's true. Sean Boland's got some talent. He's got great coaching over at Santa Fe.
You know,
But
Harrison,
other than Bowen, Harrison's the best I've seen. Pure passer, pure gentlemanship. He's the best. Look at Harrison again.
scared Alexander.
It's about a 7-yard gain or thereabouts. Alexander, though, just keeps it going. 1:45 to go. If anybody would have told me Mayfair would come in here without Hodges, Michael Williams gets injured in the first half, and the and the Monsoons would still be hanging around this game, I would have bet the farm on it, that La Mirada would have killed them.
Well, they're used to being the underdogs. They have nothing to lose in this game. Everything's riding on La Mirada. If they lose, okay, we lost to La Mirada. You know, what are they? Right now, they're playing on pure scrappiness.
There's Canet, the sophomore. They go with him. He's going to be stopped about a yard shy of the first down. That'll bring a third and very, very short. Very short. They're going to give it to him. They're going to measure. No, first down. You're right, Steve. They gave it to him. What a game.
A timeout on the field.
And there's a timeout, as you mentioned, called by the Monsoons. And I got to wonder why they're calling that now. When you got the momentum, you're moving. You just keep going.
They got the momentum. They're moving. But you know what? Look at those guys. They're out there. They're tired. They're showering themselves in that water.
Fitch is going to give them a little blow here, a little breather. And they're going to come back to it.
Well,
I cannot believe this game, Steve.
Well, you mentioned earlier, Rich, you mentioned that Harrison just needs a rhythm.
Yeah.
And everything tonight has been off. It's been a yard short, it's been a yard long, it's been too high, too short. You know, now you can see everything's at the fingertips. He's on a rhythm, everything's clicking, he's getting just enough time to sit back there, read, and see where he wants to throw.
Join us for all the local sports with yours truly, Sports Corner, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. You know this game's going to be a huge topic next week. I'm telling you right now, we're going to recap this one. And we're going to talk about the final league races. We're coming to you from Paramount High School next week. The Pirates will be playing for a league championship next Friday night.
Doesn't get better than this, Rich.
Against the Warren Bears. 1st and 10. Mayfair at about the 17-yard line. La Mirada. Harrison, a little bit of time to throw, throws it out, and Phillips, 3-yard gain. It looks like La Mirada is going to give them all the short stuff they want, and then they're going to stiffen when they get inside the 10.
But you know, Rich, La Mirada's got in the back of their mind, if they want to make this a ball game, they got to kick a field goal right here. And that's, I think that's La Mirada's what they're hoping for.
If the extra points had only been good, we'd be looking at a possible victory here for Mayfair right now in regulation. If, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It doesn't always work that way.
Never works that way. Got Big Bad Bob Cuevas in the house tonight from the district here. Here we go, Harrison dropping, looking, throwing. Pass is caught by Phillips. No. It was a great effort, though. The official right on it. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. There you see the time, 1:31 to go.
I couldn't tell from here, Rich. I don't know if that ball was catchable or not, but Harrison kept that ball away from the defenders. We'll see right here. Takes a snap, he steps back. He's got good protection. Nice, steps into his throw.
Too hard to tell. Yeah, it popped out. It
Phillips
popped out.
had everybody all over his back. I think that ball should have been caught, Rich. That was a very catchable ball and away from the defense. That was a perfectly thrown ball.
Fitz don't get the first down here. You got to, well, there's no question he's got to go for it. Oh my, that was almost caught. And I give Harrison more credit again. He was nailed as he threw the ball. He had a guy around his waist, a guy around his ankle, still got the ball off, incomplete, however. And now the kicker comes in. And you know this guy is scared, and La Mirada's got to freeze him out. They got to call a timeout and make this dude think about this kick. There you see it again, heavy rush. Look at that, nailed as he threw it.
You know, Rich.
Yeah.
You know, right when that ball was thrown, I'm thinking to myself that he was all over him. Von Jarrett was all over him. Well, we're not on the field, but we can't throw a flag. But
let's see that play again, Tony. If you can run that back one more time. is it appears if Mayfair does decide to kick a field goal, they'll bring it out to, it'll be about a 27-yarder. I can't see where we're at. Let's see, we're at the 14. So it'll be a 31-yarder. Be a 31-yard attempt. Tony, we're going to get that play? You think you'd talk to us once in a while? Yeah, we're going to get to it. Right now we're eating some sandwiches and some pizza. Here we go again. That was so tight.
Yeah, that was close. But you know what? It's good they kept the hanky in their pocket. These guys are playing football. You don't want to let the referees dictate this game. No.
If this game goes into overtime, if this game ends in a tie, they will go to the California tiebreaker, Steve. And this year, they go from the 25, I believe, instead of the 20, or is it the 30 or something? It's been changed.
25.
I haven't seen a game yet. I think it goes to the 25. Before it was at the 10. Here we go. 4th down. Mayfair's going for it. They're going for everything. Harrison lofts it up. Incomplete! Unbelievable! Incomplete. Nobody there. The wide receiver Cadillac it. He should have been running for the ball. La Mirada streak will remain intact. It will remain intact. The Matadors will just take a knee twice, and this game is over.
You know, Rich, right there just shows where Mike Fitch is and where this team is. Why kick a field goal? Why tie these guys? He wanted to beat them. He was going for the win right there. I can't blame the guy.
No, I knew they were going to go for it because his kicker hasn't been putting it up tonight, and it's only one game. It's only one game. But that's it. All they have to do now is take a knee or run lemon a few times, and that's it. It's over. Next week, we will be coming to you from Paramount High School for the San Gabriel Valley League Championship, where Paramount will take on the Warren Bears in the winner-take-all situation. I think it's safe to say here now, La Mirada, Suburban League champs for the 7th straight year, or is it the 8th? I've lost count. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow for the Monsoon, Steve, because they had it. It was within their grasp, it was within their reach, and they let it go.
Yeah, it was within 10 yards.
They let it go.
Hey, well, there's no such good thing as a good loss, but this is a good loss to take into next week and into the playoffs.
That's right, and this is a good situation this year for La Mirada and Mayfair. You have the two top teams playing 1 week before the end of the season, which means that there's a lot of people getting beat up out here tonight, Steve. You know that.
Yeah.
It'll give them a week to heal, maybe 2 weeks before playoffs, because you know what the opponents they got next week. La Mirada going to Norwalk, no big deal. Mayfair going to Artesia, in my opinion, no big deal. They'll be able to come out fresh and strong for the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right, Rich. You never want to look past an opponent, but the Suburban League's so soft this year.
And look at Mayfair. Now Mayfair hung with the top team in this division the whole night. What's that going to say during the playoffs?
I think a lot of people are opening their eyes right now. I'll tell you that.
Right. That's right. This is a good game for both of these schools at this point in time. La Mirada had to be challenged. They had to be challenged sometime in this league in order to win a championship, because since '92 they haven't had a lot of success. They've been getting there, they just haven't been winning it. And I think it's just a lack of competition by blowing everybody out in the Suburban League.
Yeah, but they showed their true championship form right here. I mean, they were challenged. They rose to the challenge, and they won the football game.
You're right. Take nothing away. And yes, after the game tonight, I get word Andrew Kirshner is going to have somebody. I don't know whether it be a Matador or a Monsoon. Probably from the Matadors, I would assume. I don't know who they would talk to. I'd talk to Lemon. Lemon had all the yards tonight.
Yeah, Rich, I've seen a lot of football games, high school football games, CIF finals, playoffs. This was one of the best football games I've seen in a long time.
Once again, I'd like to remind you, Wednesday night, Sports Corner, 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, then, of course, game in a week. If you're watching this already on Wednesday, oh well. The penalty stops the clock. Lemon again. And this is what Mayfair didn't want, a long touchdown run. That run right there, Steve, should put Mike Lemon over the 300-yard mark tonight.
Wow, he is amazing.
Yep.
You just give him a inch, and he's going to take it for the yards.
Yeah, look, he doesn't have the greatest speed, but he's a very good one. Look at the stride. He's got the long stride, just moves kind of methodically through the line. He's got a good high step when he's in traffic. I think he's got to do is learn how to finish a run at the end zone right there, not hit those legs up high so you don't have somebody slapping at your ankles.
Well, that's twice, and Andy Phillips has been there both times.
Yeah, they grabbed him. I don't think I'd ever seen anybody get Mike Lemon from behind.
Looks like a delay of game call.
Seconds. I say it's just a knee time now. You got the first down.
Yeah, there's no use getting anybody hurt out here. Any more than what they already are. Films tomorrow. It's going to be like a hospital room.
Ours are always a bust up in high school. Jack Malstead had some of the greatest cliches known to man. That's it. The Monsoons make a serious run at the Matadors' unbeaten streak, but it's not to be tonight, as La Mirada will come away with a 21-18 win here. Hard fought, well deserved. But I don't know, man. I don't know what the Pulsars are going to say. You really can't say too much. Even Mayfair shouldn't slip that much because they took the top team to the brink.
Yeah, I mean,
they took them to the brink.
Pacifica, who's ranked third and got crushed by La Mirada. I mean, Mayfair has nowhere to go but up. You're right.
Yeah. No, I mean, losing this game, what's going to happen is these idiot guys in Orange County are going to vote, and they're going to put their homeboys or guys from Orange County, they're going to vote for Mayfair lost. Oh, well, let's drop them down to number 10. Right now, as it stands, they would be seated in the bracket, all right? That's what's important. But to see them go down in the rankings because of a loss to La Mirada when it's only 21-18 is ridiculous, but it will happen. I guarantee it.
It's a gutsy game on both parts.
It's just like the polls. Paramount wasn't even ranked. They ranked Dominguez third last week, but Paramount beat Dominguez.
Right.
How in the hell do you do that?
Those numbers, they lie. You can't count on them.
It's ridiculous.
You can't count on them.
It's all homerism by the writers. It's all it is. It's ridiculous. That's it. Outstanding ball game again for the Matadors. Can Mayfair stop the clock again, or is that it? I thought that was they've already burned all 3 times. 19 seconds to go. Well, Steve, I'd like to thank you again for joining us tonight here in the game of the week, man.
Hey, loved it. Had a great time.
Both games were good when you sat in for Chris Anderson.
Got to see a good game. I want to say hi to my wife, Debbie, and my boys, Bryce, Tyler, and Steven, and tell them I love them a lot. And they're here tonight. They got to see a great game.
The La Mirada fans on their feet and cheering wildly. As their Matadors remain undefeated, they go to 9-0. They'll remain number 1 this week in the polls and should have the easiest road to hoe to the finals. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, hey, Rich, thanks. You're a talented guy. Appreciate you letting me hang out with you tonight.
No problem. Do it again sometime. We're going to take a break right now. We come back. Andrew Kirshner will have one of the Matadors right after this. We'll be back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the game of the week. Rich Estrella, Steve Rosso. We just saw an outstanding ball game, Steve. This is every bit as exciting as that 14-13 win Mayfair or Bosco won over Mayfair earlier in the year.
Well, the Monsoons are they're that type of team. They never say die. They come up when they're down. And of course, La Mirada, they're just so tough. Every aspect of their game, they're never going to give up.
Well, let's go down to the field as we have the player of the game, Mike Lemon. We saw Tim Lemon here a minute ago. Mike Lemon down on the field with Andrew Kersner. Andrew.
Thanks. I'm here with La Mirada running back Mike Lemon. Mike, can you walk right now? 40 carries on the night, an unbelievable game.
I didn't think I was gonna get 40 carries. I just ran hard each carry. They had everybody blitzing, everybody up. I just ran hard to each hole.
How much of a change was it? You guys were up 21-0. It seemed like you guys were going to blow them out again for a second straight season. They came back strong and made it a close game.
Yes, we didn't even know that. Their quarterback's a great quarterback. He came back. He's good under pressure. We kind of slacked. Well, we didn't really slack off. Just they came with big plays, big deep passes and stuff. We just needed to just cover that.
You guys have dominated teams all season, getting out to 8 straight wins. How important was it to get a close game, a close victory like this?
Oh, man, it was so important because we can get good ratings in CIF and just take it on from there.
After jumping out to that 21-0 lead, was there a letdown from your team?
That deep pass for a touchdown. They kind of got them back in the game. They had a big crowd, kind of psyched them up. A line, it's not perfect all the time. They stopped us on the 1. That's really good defense. So we did the best we can. We can't be victorious.
You're real modest, but talk about yourself personally. Again, 40 carries, over 300 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Why was it so easy for you, especially in the first half?
I really don't know. I think they stopped stunting, and they started sitting back and waiting for me. That's what they did it.
Well, good football players seem to run in your family. Talk a little bit about your brother Tim and what you've learned from him.
I learned a lot from him. His speed and his breaking tackles. He's told me to keep my legs up and use my straight arm a lot. So just listen to him.
All right, thanks again, Mike. A great game again by this La Mirada team and this running back right here to my right. Back up to you, Rich, in a 21-18 victory.
Love you, Mom.
Good deal, Andrew. Good interview. And Mike Lemon, man, he may be the best of the 3. I mean, you really can't compare him to Jerry because Jerry's like 6'3", about 300 pounds, a big old guy, knocking, like a bowling ball, knocking people down. And his brother Tim, as we were talking earlier, outstanding football player, had a scholarship to Washington State as a wide receiver, turned that down to sign a big fat baseball contract. So, just a great bloodline running that family there, Steve.
Yeah, I tell you, he's as good as they come right there. I mean, you can compare him to a lot of people, not just his brothers. You could just tell by that interview right there, that kid is wore out. He is tired. He deserves a good break tonight. He played a heck of a game.
Oh, I told you that last carry, he got him over 300 yards, and he had over 3 on the day. Well, that's the final here from La Mirada High School. Unbelievable. La Mirada scoring 21 points, run out to a 21-0 lead. Mayfair battling back, making it 21-12, and then a touchdown. And coaches, kids out there, raise your family to be a kid. Raise your kid to be a kicker because they're worth their weight in gold. As we see, that was the difference in tonight's contest. The final once again here from Arvo Goodman Stadium, 21-18. On behalf of Steve Rasa, Andrew Kersner, Tony Cantillo, Dee, and all the other gang here with Media One Sports, I'm Rich Estrella saying so long here from Arvo Goodman Stadium with the final once again. La Mirada wins another Suburban League championship with a 21-18 victory over Mayfair.